After determining the location of his relatives in this life, Jian Wushuang went straight to Piahuo City. As one of the 8 pure lands in the demon region, the entire city was huge. There were many experts and human cultivators in the city, and the city was heavily guarded. A large number of city guards were stationed in every corner of the city. In Piahuo City, the city guards would immediately take action if there was a fierce battle. Apart from stopping the battle, the 2 people who participated in the fierce battle would also face punishment in their eyes. Moreover, this was because the fierce battle did not cause too much commotion. If the fierce battle was very fierce or if someone killed someone in the city, they would be directly executed. Because of this, the Piahuo City was relatively safe. After entering the monster territory, Jian Wushuang rushed to the Piahuo City as fast as he could. The Piahuo City is indeed vast. Even with my soul perception, I can't cover the entire city, Jian Wushuang thought. He had tried his best to spread out his soul power, but he could only sense a part of the city. But it was this part that allowed Jian Wushuang to sense a familiar figure. It's really here. Jian Wushuang smiled and directly rushed toward the figure he sensed. In the void near the street in Piahuo City, a large number of figures gathered here. Chi-Hu, this is the floating fire city. How dare you hurt me here? A delicate young man in a white robe shouted in a low voice as he was surrounded by people. Standing in front of this young man was a burly man who was over 3 meters tall. His skin was completely black and he was wearing battle armor. This burly man was clearly from a special race. His body also emitted an incomparably valiant aura. The burly man parted his mouth and smiled when he heard the words of the delicate-looking young man. Qiu Yun, you really are like this even though you say that you have not seen the world. It is true that fighting is prohibited in Drifting Fire City. However, as long as you do not cause too much of a commotion in a normal fight, you will only be punished a little at most. With my status, you can also be exempted from any punishment. In other words, as long as I do not kill you, I will be fine no matter what I do to you. Men, break both of his legs. Yes. 2 rank 7 true saints immediately attacked from behind the burly man. The white-robed young man had just reached the level of an immortal saint, so he naturally did not have any ability to resist the 2 rank 7 true saints. In just an instant, the white-robed young man's legs were broken. Bastard! The white-robed young man clenched his hands tightly. His body was being pressed to the ground by the 2 rank 7 true saints. He could not even raise his head. He could only roar and curse. But the more he struggled, the happier the burly man became. Haha! I told you not to give me face before. You think that I can't do anything to you in Piahuo City? What a joke. Come on. Chop off his arms as well. The burly man ordered. To an immortal saint, breaking his arms and legs was nothing. He could recover very easily. However, in his heart, this was a blatant humiliation to the white-robed young man. In front of everyone, he was wantonly trampling on his dignity. When the 2 rank 7 true saints heard the burly man's order, they immediately planned to chop off the white-robed young man's arms. But right at this moment, stop! A low shout suddenly rang out, and then a large number of figures charged over from the void beside them. When they saw the people who had arrived, a commotion immediately appeared in the surrounding void. Quick! Get out of the way! The City Protection Army is here. Fighting is forbidden in Fluttering Fire City. Now that the City Protection Army is here, there will be a good show to watch. Not necessarily. That Scarlet Tiger is the young Grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold Clan. His status is obvious. Moreover, he did not cause any deaths. Even the City Protection Army would not dare to do anything to him. Many people were whispering in secret. In the blink of an eye, the City Protection Army had arrived in front of the crowd. Release him, one of the captain-level saints immediately reprimanded. However, the 2 rank 7 true saints who had pinned the white-robed youth to the ground did not react at all. They looked toward Chi-Hu. Chi-Hu smiled sinisterly and waved his hand, indicating for the 2 of them to let go. Yun-er, an azure-robed woman rushed out from the crowd and hurriedly picked up the white-robed youth. Mother! The white-robed youth forced out a smile when he saw the woman. Bastard! The green-clothed woman clenched her teeth in anger when she saw the miserable appearance of her son. The commander of the City Protection Army by the side also frowned. He said, "Chi Hu, although you are the young chief of the Scarlet Gold clan, this is after all Floating Fire City. Aren't you treating the City Protection Army and the many tribes in the Demon region too disrespectfully by acting in such a manner?" "Haha! I merely taught an ignorant person a lesson. Moreover, I did not cause any deaths. Why? Do you City Protection Army plan to settle scores with my Scarlet Gold clan over this matter?" The burly man, Chi Hu, laughed fearlessly. The expression of this City Protection Army captain changed. The City Protection Army of Piahua City and the City Protection Army of the other 7 cities were actually supported by the top tribes in the Demon region. Their existence was indeed to maintain order within these 8 cities. Usually, the principles in these cities were extremely strict. However, if the matter involved some top races, for example, although the current Scarlet Gold race was not one of the 4 great celestial races, their strength was only second to the 4 great celestial races. Such a powerful race, and the other party was the young Grandmaster. Therefore, the City Protection Army had to have some scruples. Under normal circumstances, as long as a person like Scarlet Tiger did not go overboard in the city and killed people on the streets, the City Protection Army would turn a blind eye. This was how it was today. "Scarlet Tiger, you have already taught him a lesson. Today's matter ends here. If you attack this person again in Piahua City, our City Protection Army can no longer pretend that we did not see it," said the City Protection Army's captain. "Haha, that's fine. For such a small character, teaching him a lesson once is enough. I have no interest in teaching him a lesson a second time." Chi Hu smiled coldly, then turned around. "Let's go." After saying that, Chi Hu and his subordinates planned to leave. The City Protection Army did not dare to stop them. But at this moment, 3 figures suddenly blocked Chi Hu and the others, wanting to leave after teaching them a lesson, leaving nothing behind. "Aren't you being a little too relaxed?" A cold voice suddenly reverberated in the air. His voice reverberated in the air, drawing the attention of the people around him. Everyone turned to look at the 3 figures who had suddenly appeared. "Who are these 3? I've never seen them before, but from the looks of it, they should be human cultivators. Of the 2 immortal saints, one seems to have just reached the true saint realm. As for the last person, I can't tell how deep he is. He seems to be a powerhouse." Some people were whispering among themselves. Chi Hu and the others were naturally stopped by the 3 figures. "Who dares to block my way?" Chi Hu's eyes were cold as he glanced at the 3 people in front of him. His tone carried a hint of condescension. "I heard that the rules of the cities in the Demon region are extremely strict. No one dares to be presumptuous here. But now it seems that they are just so. Jian Wushuang sneered. He had thought that no one would dare to fight in these cities after reading the introduction on the star map, but that was clearly not the case. However, it was understandable. In this world, any rules were set by experts. As long as you were strong, you could break the rules no matter where you were. "Humph! I don't care who you are. Listen to me. I'm the young Grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan. If you don't want to die, get away from me. Otherwise..." Chi Hu's eyes were emitting a cold light. The attendants behind him also showed a cold look. As one of the top clans in the monster region, the Scarlet Gold clan could do whatever they wanted in the Demon region. Even the 4 great divine clans would at least give the Scarlet Gold clan some face. That was why Chi Hu was so arrogant and domineering. But today, Chi Hu and the others had kicked an iron board. "The Scarlet Gold clan?" Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows. "I don't remember a single Scarlet Gold clan among the 4 great divine clans. The Scarlet Gold clan is not among the 4 great divine clans, but it's still considered a top clan. In terms of strength, it's only slightly weaker than the 4 great divine clans," Demon Master Chenhua said. After all, he was an expert who had been left behind 200 million years ago. He still knew about the Scarlet Gold clan. "I see. No wonder I have never heard of it," Jian Wushuang said with a sneer. Jian Wushuang's wanton sneer, as if he did not care about the Scarlet Gold clan at all, completely infuriated Chi Hu. You guys catch this kid for me. I want him to kneel in front of me and kowtow to me to apologize. Chi Hu ordered. Yes. The attendants behind Chi Hu immediately prepared to attack. Once they moved, the guards could not sit idly by. Stop! The captain of the guards shouted in a low voice and rushed over with the guards. But at this moment, no need to go through so much trouble. Jian Wushuang raised his head slightly. At the moment he raised his hand, an invisible sword shadow condensed in front of him and then shot out. It was too fast. The speed of the sword shadow was beyond everyone's imagination. Almost in an instant, the sword shadow had already passed by Chi Hu's followers. Chi, 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 Chi. Heads were thrown out one by one. Not only did the sword shadow destroy their divine bodies, it also destroyed their divine power. In the blink of an eye, Chi Hu's followers were all dead. What? Everyone was stunned. Dead? All of them are dead. In an instant, all the true saints above rank 7 were killed. How dare he kill people in the Piahuo city? Exclamations were heard one after another, and countless shocked eyes were fixed on Jian Wushuang. The captain of the city protection army was also stunned. They had wanted to rush over to protect Jian Wushuang and the others, but they did not expect that Chi Hu's followers had died in an instant. After killing those followers, Jian Wushuang raised his hand again and another sword shadow condensed in his hand. This sword shadow was obviously heading toward Chi Hu. Oh no! The captain of the city protection army was shocked. Chi Hu was also shocked. When he saw the sword shadow rushing toward him, he immediately roared, I am the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan. If you dare to kill me, my Scarlet Gold clan will not let you go. Before he could finish his words, the sword shadow had already passed through his divine body. Just like his subordinates, Chi Hu's divine body collapsed immediately. His divine power was also destroyed. He died instantly. Silence. At this moment, the entire Piahuo city quieted down completely. Everybody around was stunned. They could not believe what they were seeing. The young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan was actually killed on the spot in Piahuo city? Something big has happened. The captain of the city protection army's expression changed drastically. He knew very well that the death of the Scarlet Tiger in Piahuo city would cause a huge commotion. This matter had already completely gone out of his control. It was not something that a mere captain like him could solve. Hence, he immediately took out his communication talisman and sent a message to the few higher-ups of the city protection army within Piahuo city. When the few higher-ups of the city protection army received the message, they were all shocked and immediately rushed over as fast as they could. In just a short while, four figures with monstrous auras appeared in the air. Greetings, General. The captain of the city protection army immediately bowed respectfully to the person who had just arrived. The auras emitted by the four people who had just arrived were all the principal's masters. The one in the lead was a burly man wearing purple armor with a single horn on his forehead. This burly man glanced at the ground below. Although the godly bodies of the Scarlet Tiger and his followers had collapsed and their divine power had been completely annihilated, their corpses were still left behind. It really is Chi Hu. The burly man in purple armor looked at Chi Hu's divine body and his face turned livid. He then asked in a low voice, Who did it? General, it's him. The captain immediately pointed at Jian Wushuang. How dare you kill people wantonly in Piahuo city? And you killed the young patriarch of the Scarlet Gold clan. The burly man in purple armor said with a gloomy face. The city guards of Piahuo city and the other 7 cities of the Demon region supported the top tribes of the Demon region, and the Scarlet Gold clan occupied a very big position among them. Usually, if a member of the Scarlet Gold clan died in these 8 cities, it would cause a great commotion. And now the young grandmaster had died. This matter was too big. It was so big that the consequences might even implicate him. Hence, toward the person who had killed the Scarlet Tiger, this burly man in purple armor gritted his teeth. According to the rules, anyone who dares to kill someone in Piahuo city can be executed on the spot. The purple-armored man said coldly, Commander, this person killed a Scarlet Tiger after all, and this matter is of great importance. Why don't we suppress him first? then hand him over to the Scarlet Gold race, and let them decide what to do with him. A principal's master beside him said, "Yes, it's best to hand him over to the Scarlet Gold clan." The burly man in purple armor nodded. However, Jian Wushuang smiled when he heard the burly man's words. "You talk as if you can do whatever you want to me. Aren't you going to ask me if I agree or not? Boy, you're a saint. Do you think you can resist me?" The burly man in purple armor said in a low voice. "I'm sorry, but I don't intend to let you deal with me. Besides, you are not qualified to do so." Jian Wushuang sneered. Then he glanced at Demon Master Chenhua and said, "Chenhua, I'll leave it to you." Demon Master Chenhua nodded slightly and took a step forward. It seemed like a step, but the moment he took that step, boom! An earth-shattering might erupted like a landslide and a tsunami, directly suppressing the entire area. For a moment, the entire void started to tremble madly. It was as if the space could not withstand this pressure and was about to explode. Even the heaven and earth void was like this, and the people in this area were all extremely terrified. This is... The violet-armored burly man's eyes were wide open. Although he was a peak 4th level Void Realm Principal's master, he was still trembling under this pressure. The Principal's masters beside him were even more terrified than him. Void 6th level. He is a peak Void 6th level expert, and judging from his power, he is probably an extremely powerful existence among the Void 6th level. It is very likely that he is on par with the 4 great clan leaders of the divine race. The body and mind of the burly man in purple armor began to tremble madly. Seeing that the deterrent effect was almost over, Demon Master Chenhua withdrew his power, and the people around him heaved a sigh of relief. "So, do you still want to suppress me and hand me over to the Scarlet Gold clan?" Jian Wushuang looked at the purple-armored burly man with a faint smile. The purple-armored burly man's face twitched slightly. He said seriously, "You have experts at the peak of the 6th Void Realm with you. The guards of the Piahuo city can't fight against you, so we can't suppress you. However, the rules of the Piahuo city and the other 7 cities in the Demon region are made by the clans of the Demon region. Since you have violated the rules of the Piahuo city, I will still inform the clans who made the rules and let them decide." The burly man in purple armor said it beautifully, but in fact, he knew it very well. Although many people thought that the rules of the Piahuo city were very strict, the rules were made by experts. As long as one reached a certain level of strength, he could ignore any rules and restrictions. And the demon master, who was beside Jian Wushuang, was such an expert. An expert at the peak of the 6th realm of the Void Realm could kill a city in the Demon region, including the 4 divine races. Even if he killed a city in the Demon region, let alone in the Piahuo city, at most, he could only talk about it. It would be impossible for him to kill such an expert. His strength had reached the level of the Demon Master Chenhua, and even a Saint Realm Master might not have the confidence to kill him personally. On the other hand, the 4 great clans and the entire Demon region did not have any Saint Realm Masters or ruler-level experts. Therefore, even if he reported this matter to the higher-ups, the top clans, including the 4 great clans, would probably turn a blind eye. Even the Scarlet Gold clan would not dare to have any thoughts of revenge after knowing that the person who killed Qi who was accompanied by an expert at the peak of the 6th Void Realm. "I don't care how you report this matter to those clans, but I have some private matters to deal with in the Piahuo city. You'd better go far away and stay away from me," Jian Wushuang said indifferently. "As long as you don't continue to kill people in the Piahuo city, the City Protection Army will not follow you," the burly man in purple armor said. "Don't worry. As long as no one dares to provoke me, I won't do anything," Jian Wushuang said. "That's good." The burly man in purple armor let out a sigh of relief and then ordered the sergeants of the City Protection Army, "You clean up the corpses below. The rest of you, disperse." Upon hearing this, everyone began to disperse. However, when they left, everyone was still discussing animatedly. What they were discussing was naturally the scene just now. What a fellow! He killed someone in Piahuo City. He even killed the young clan leader of the Scarlet Gold clan. However, this person is actually completely fine. Nonsense, didn't you hear? This person has a peak 6th level Void Realm existence by his side. Even the 4 great divine races do not dare to provoke such a super expert. How would the city protection army dare to attack? This is a true expert. He is clearly violating the rules of the demon region, but no one dares to do anything to him. Compared to that peak level 6 void realm expert, I am more curious about the identity of the person who killed Qi Hu. He is clearly an immortal saint, but that peak level 6 void realm expert by his side seems to be just a guard. A guard at the peak of the 6 void realms? Who is he? Everyone left in shock. After the people around them began to disperse, Jian Wushuang and the other 2 rushed toward the green-robed woman and the white-robed young man whose legs had been broken by Qi Hu. Seeing Jian Wushuang and the other 2 arrive, the green-robed woman quickly bowed respectfully and said, "Greetings, my lords. Yuner, hurry up and bow." The green-clothed woman urged the white-robed young man. "Greetings, my lord." The white-robed young man also reacted and saluted. "My lord." Jian Wushuang was stunned at first, but then he immediately reacted. The muscles on his face began to tremble, and in the blink of an eye, he had returned to his original appearance. "Big sister, look. Who am I?" "Sister." The green-clothed woman was stunned. Then she looked up at Jian Wushuang. Although it had been so many years, his extremely familiar and friendly appearance had not changed much. The green-clothed woman immediately recognized Jian Wushuang. "You are my 3rd brother?" The green-clothed woman's voice was excited. "It's me, sister." Jian Wushuang laughed. In this life, besides his parents, he had an elder sister and an elder brother. This elder sister was Zhuobing, the woman in green. "Are you really my 3rd brother?" Zhuobing was still in disbelief. It was not her fault. After all, her impression of Jian Wushuang was still in the Golden House 9 realms, a small witch desert region. At that time, although Jian Wushuang was extremely talented, his strength was only at the level of a divine master. At that time, an immortal saint was like a god and even existed only in legends. Now, after so many years, they had also come to the demon region. In this place, the immortal saint was nothing. There were many top-notch immortal saints here, so Zhuobing naturally learned a lot. Because of this, she was unable to associate the shocking expert in front of her with her 3rd brother, who had killed Qi Hu easily, and even the city protection army could not do anything to him. The gap between them was too big. "Elder sister, look carefully. I am your 3rd brother, the real one," Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Zhuobing stared at Jian Wushuang for a while and finally confirmed it. "3rd brother, I finally meet you." Zhuobing immediately became excited. At the same time, she pulled the delicate white-robed young man beside her and said, "Yuner, quick, call me uncle." Qiu Yun was a little stunned at first, but he immediately reacted and called him uncle. After calling him uncle, his expression became strange again. "This big shot who dared to kill Qi Hu is my uncle?" Qiu Yun was confused. Looking at the mother and son, Jian Wushuang indeed smiled faintly and could not help thinking of the scene in the desert region. At that time, Zhuobing was very tough, but after coming to the demon region, where experts were as numerous as clouds, it seemed that her character had been erased. It was obvious that she had become a married woman and had a child. "Elder sister, how are father and mother?" Jian Wushuang asked. "They are very good, but they often talk about you and worry about you. Now, if they know that you have come, they will be very happy." Zhuobing smiled and said, "Let's go, 3rd brother. I will take you to see them." "Okay." Jian Wushuang nodded and immediately followed. On the other side of the floating fire city, there was a residential area where many human cultivators lived. Zhuobing brought Jian Wushuang to a courtyard near the center. "3rd brother, we live here. Father and mother are also here," Zhuobing said. "Okay. I have already sensed it." Jian Wushuang nodded slightly. His soul power had already sensed 2 familiar auras in the center of the courtyard. These 2 auras were her parents in this life, Zhui Yunfeng and Luo Xinqin. "It seems that father and mother are doing well." Jian Wushuang smiled faintly. "Come, let's go in." Zhuobing immediately led Jian Wushuang into the courtyard. As soon as they entered the courtyard, Zhuobing immediately shouted, "Father, mother, look, Who is back? Who is it? A voice came from the room. When Zhui Yunfeng and Luo Xinqin walked out of the room and saw Jian Wushuang, they were both stunned. Father, mother, I'm back. Jian Wushuang directly knelt down. His body trembled and he was a little excited. Zhui Yunfeng and Luo Xinqin were immediately pleasantly surprised. Get up, you child. Luo Xinqin quickly helped Jian Wushuang up. Father, mother, I've been unfilial. I've made you suffer, Jian Wushuang said. It's good that you're back, Zhui Yunfeng said with a smile. A moment later, the group sat down in the hall. Shuang, your mother has been worried about your safety all these years. She was afraid that you would run into danger while you were traveling alone. I've told her many times that you're going to become a top expert, so you must go through the necessary hardships. You just need to find a way to get over it, but she hasn't listened to you, Zhui Yunfeng said. How dare you say that to me? Aren't you the same? Luo Xinqin rolled her eyes at Zhui Yunfeng, who was also embarrassed. This scene made Jian Wushuang feel warm. After exchanging a few words, Jian Wushuang asked, Father, mother, how have you been these years? Not bad, Zhui Yunfeng said. When we were in the Witch Desert region, we were picked up from the Witch Desert region. After several years, we were sent here. After we were sent here, Miss Shower saw us in person and bought us a courtyard in the floating fire city. After that, we lived here all these years. There are many experts in this place, but because of the city protection army, no one dares to mess around in the city. Therefore, although we are weak, we won't encounter any threats in the city. At least, no one will come to find trouble with us. Not long after we settled down, your elder sister met your brother-in-law. They were like equals, so they got married and then had Yun. Brother-in-law? Jian Wushuang's expression changed. Who is my brother-in-law? Your brother-in-law is Qiu Mo, a human cultivator. He is the deputy director of a chamber of commerce in the fluttering fire city. He has a high position in the chamber of commerce. Miss Shower has been protecting us all these years. With your brother-in-law around, our lives are quite comfortable, Zhui Yunfeng said. Hearing this, Jian Wushuang nodded slightly. What he was most worried about was the situation and safety of his family members. Now that he knew that they had been doing well, Jian Wushuang felt relieved. Father, since you have dealt with Miss Shower and have been protected by her all these years, how much do you know about her? Jian Wushuang asked. Well, Zhui Yunfeng revealed a strange expression. Shuang, isn't Miss Shower your friend? You should know more about her than us, right? Hearing this, Jian Wushuang smiled bitterly. To tell you the truth, I'm only an ally of Miss Shower, but I don't know much about her identity and background. I asked him to take you away because I didn't have time to think about it. Is that so? Zhui Yunfeng's brows raised. Following that, he said with a serious expression, Actually, we don't know much about this Miss Shower's background. We only know that this Miss Shower is very strong and her methods are even more formidable. Even the Piahuo city's military lord is extremely respectful when facing this Miss Shower. I also heard that this Miss Shower seems to have established a large faction, but we don't know what faction it is. After all, we haven't even been out of Piahuo city since we were picked up here. Is that so? Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes slightly. Miss Shower was really mysterious. Let's not talk about her. By the way, I have been back for so long. Why haven't I seen second brother? Where is he? Jian Wushuang asked. In this life, besides having an elder sister, he also had a second brother, Zhuopeng. Your second brother, he... At the mention of Zhuopeng, Zhui Yunfeng's expression became a little strange. What's wrong? Did something happen to second brother? Jian Wushuang frowned. Nothing major happened, but he has been a little dispirited these years, Zhui Yunfeng said. Dispirited? Jian Wushuang was stunned. It's like this, Shuibing said. As you know, your second brother is a wild man and doesn't like to live a comfortable life. After he came to Piahuo City, he longed to become an expert because of the excellent cultivation conditions here. Therefore, he worked hard and even entered a small force around Piahuo City to cultivate. But unfortunately, his talent was limited, so his achievements were naturally not that high. he suffered a setback or two. Fortunately, Miss Shower came forward, so nothing happened. Later on, he also thought things through, so he wanted to live a comfortable life in Piahuo City. And just now, Father also told him to help you. Your brother-in-law is a deputy director in a chamber of commerce in Piahuo City, so he has a certain status. Therefore, your brother-in-law arranged a position for him in that shop. It used to be peaceful, but not long ago, a girl came to the Chamber of Commerce. She was received by your second brother. It doesn't matter if she was not received, but for some reason, the two of them fell in love with each other. Now, the girl often comes to the Chamber of Commerce and is received by your second brother. The two of them have developed a bond. Hearing this, Jian Wushuang smiled and said, "Isn't that good? Do you agree with her? It would be good if that's all. But soon, your second brother will know that the girl's background is very big." Zhuobing continued, "The girl is from the Blood Marten clan, and she is the beloved daughter of the clan leader of the Blood Marten clan. This background was too powerful. Your second brother was just an ordinary cultivator at the level of a saint, and he didn't have any power or status. He only held some moderate positions in an ordinary chamber of commerce. Naturally, the Blood Marten clan looked down on your second brother. Therefore, even though that girl was extremely unwilling, after the Blood Marten clan found out about this, they still forced the two of them to cut off contact. Some experts of the Blood Marten clan even went out to warn your second brother to stop having any improper thoughts. That girl also returned to the Blood Marten clan, and she never came to Piahuo City again. After that incident, your second brother became dispirited. He spent all his time drinking and never went to the Chamber of Commerce again. Is that so?" Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows. He had completely understood what had happened. Being trapped by love, especially when you know where your beloved is, but you can't bring him back or keep him by your side, is really not a good feeling. "I can see that my second brother is also a lover," Jian Wushuang said with a faint smile. "Third brother, your second brother is really in pain now. Can you find a way to help him?" Zhuobing looked over, but she had just finished speaking. "Nonsense!" Zhuo Yunfeng directly shouted in a low voice. "The girl who made your second brother dispirited is the beloved daughter of the Blood Marten clan's grandmaster. She has a noble status. The Blood Marten clan is already very merciful to only warn him and make him stop thinking. At this time, what do you want your third brother to do?" "But father, with my third brother's ability, if he really wants to help, maybe—" Zhuobing had not finished her words. "Shut up!" Zhuo Yunfeng scolded again. "Your third brother is quite talented, and he has been adventuring outside these years. Although his strength has improved a lot, he is still a member of the Blood Marten clan, one of the top tribes in the demon area. Such a tribe is not something that can be easily provoked." Zhuo Yunfeng had stayed in the fluttering fire city for so many years, so he knew a little about the many clans in the demon region. He knew how terrifying the Blood Marten clan was, so he reprimanded Zhuobing. This made Zhuobing extremely speechless. At this time, Jian Wushuang finally spoke. "Father, don't be anxious. Tell me first, what is the overall strength of the Blood Marten clan? Who is stronger and who is weaker than the Scarlet Gold clan? Although I've been in the fluttering fire city all year round, I still know a little about the top clans in the demon region. It's said that the Blood Marten clan was able to challenge the 4 divine clans at its peak. Although it has declined, it's still a top clan in the demon region. As for its overall strength, it should be slightly weaker than the Scarlet Gold clan, but it's definitely not much weaker," Zhuo Yunfeng said. "Oh, just like that?" Jian Wushuang could not help laughing. Zhuobing, who was beside him, also said, "My third brother dared to kill Qi Hu, the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan. The Blood Marten clan is not as strong as the Scarlet Gold clan. In front of my third brother, they are nothing." "What did you say?" When Zhuo Yunfeng and Luo Xinqin heard this, they were both stunned. "You just said, who did Shuang'er kill?" Zhuo Yunfeng looked at Zhuobing in shock. "Qi Hu is the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan." Zhuobing said, "Today, in Piahuo City, that Qi Hu had a small conflict with Yun'er, so he humiliated Yun'er on the street. At this time, third brother rushed over and killed Qi, Hu and his followers without saying a word. You mean Xianxia killed people in Piahuo City? And killed the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan. Zhuo Yunfeng's eyes were wide open. Yes, but my third brother clearly violated the rules of Piahuo City. However, the City Protection Army of Piahuo City, including the commander of the City Protection Army, didn't dare to attack my third brother. They said that even if my third brother killed Qi Hu, it would be in vain. After that, many top clans in the Demon region, including the Scarlet Gold clan, wouldn't dare to come and find trouble with my third brother, Shuabing said. Is this true? Zhuo Yunfeng looked at Jian Wushuang in astonishment. Yes, it's true. Jian Wushuang smiled. Father, I can tell you that if nothing goes wrong, I can absolutely do whatever I want in the Demon region. Even if I kill a young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan in Piahuo City, the top clans in the Demon region can only watch and do nothing to me. As for the Blood Marten clan, they are nothing more than that. Hearing this, Zhuo Yunfeng was a little stunned. Jian Wushuang looked at Shuabing and said, Elder sister, where's second brother now? Let him come over first. Yuner, go and call your uncle over, Shuabing ordered. Yes. Qiu Yun nodded and immediately went out of the courtyard. Before long, Qiu Yun and Zhuopeng came back together. Third brother. When Zhuopeng saw Jian Wushuang, he immediately revealed an ecstatic expression and rushed over to give Jian Wushuang a hug. Second brother, long time no see. Jian Wushuang also smiled. You also said that you haven't heard anything for so many years. We were worried about you, Zhuopeng said. Aren't you back safely? Jian Wushuang smiled and said, By the way, I heard from father that you encountered some trouble. Father told you? Zhuopeng glanced at Jian Wushuang and then sighed. Although Ying and I agreed to marry her, the gap between our statuses is too big. Let's ignore the gap between our statuses for now. Second brother, let me ask you, do you want to marry her? Jian Wushuang asked. Yes, of course, I want to marry her. Even in my dreams, I want to marry her. But she is a member of the Blood Marten clan and the daughter of the clan leader of the Blood Marten clan, Zhuopeng said. I told you to ignore your statuses for now. Since you want to marry her, it's easy, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Third brother, do you have a way? Zhuopeng looked at Jian Wushuang expectantly. Of course, and it's very simple. You just need to go with me to the Blood Marten clan to propose marriage. Then I will help you bring your sweetheart back, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Really? Zhuopeng's eyes lit up. Of course it's true. Second brother, I'm afraid you don't know that third brother is now standing at a height that we can't imagine. Today, he killed Qi Hu, the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan, on the spot, in Piahuo City. But the City Protection Army of Piahuo City didn't dare to do anything to him. Vuz with third brother's current strength and status. If he goes to the Blood Marten clan to propose marriage, I'm afraid the Blood Marten clan won't dare to disrespect him, Shuabing said. He killed the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan in Piahuo City, and he's still fine? Zhuopeng immediately became fanatical. Third brother? Second brother? Why don't you make some preparations? We'll go to the Blood Marten clan now. How about it? Jian Wushuang said. Okay, of course. I'll make some preparations right away. Zhuopeng became excited and immediately began to make preparations. Zhuo Yunfeng looked at Jian Wushuang and said, Shuang'er, isn't it too rushed to go to the Blood Marten clan to propose marriage right now? Besides, since we're going to propose marriage, we must prepare the betrothal gifts, but we haven't prepared the betrothal gifts yet. Don't worry, I have the betrothal gifts. I promise I won't let my future sister-in-law suffer, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. He had killed so many experts, including several principals masters, and even the Nether Master as a top principals master. The Flame Divine Guard naturally had a lot of treasures and resources. As long as he took out some of them as betrothal gifts, the Blood Marten clan would be tempted. Third brother, can you take me with you to propose marriage this time? Zhuobing suddenly asked. I want to go too, Qiu Yun also said. Jian Wushuang could not help smiling. If you want to go, of course. Father, mother, Why don't you go together? Well, Zhui Yunfeng and Luo Xinqin looked at each other. And then Zhui Yunfeng said with a smile, then let's go together. Let's go and pick up the daughter-in-law of our Zhua family. Yuner, go and call your father, Shuabing said. Okay. Qiu Yun immediately went. Not long after, Jian Wushuang left the drifting fire city with his family and went to the clan land of the Blood Marten clan. The clan land of the Blood Marten clan was not far from Piahuo City, but it took Jian Wushuang more than half a day to get there with Zhui Yunfeng and the others. Is this the territory of the Blood Marten clan? Jian Wushuang looked at the vast territory covered by the restriction. The range of the restriction was so wide that it covered almost a whole and huge mountain range. Because of the restriction, even Jian Wushuang could not see the scene below. This restriction seems to be quite strong, Jian Wushuang said calmly. I've heard of the Blood Marten clan. A long time ago, the Blood Marten clan was only a medium-sized clan in the Demon region. But later, because of this Blood Marten clan, a very powerful expert appeared. It said that his strength has reached the peak of the 6 Void Realms, and is even infinitely close to the peak of the 6 Void Realms. It was under his leadership that the Blood Marten clan became the top clan. At that time, they even dared to challenge the 4 great divine clans. However, after the strongest expert of the Blood Marten clan left the divine beginning realm and ventured into the depths of the universe battlefield, the strength of the Blood Marten clan gradually declined. Until now, they have only managed to maintain their position as a top clan. Now, the restriction covering the entire ancestral land should be created by the strongest expert of the Blood Marten clan, said Demon Master Qinhua. Infinitely close to the pinnacle of the 6 Void Realms? Isn't that the same as you? Jian Wushuang glanced at Demon Master Qinhua. Demon Master Qinhua only raised his eyebrows and did not say anything. Second brother, you go. With me here to support you, you don't need to be afraid or worried. Just tell me why you're here, Jian Wushuang said. Okay. Shuapeng took a deep breath and rushed toward the entrance of the Blood Marten clan. Jian Wushuang stayed in the void above and watched everything below. Shuapeng went directly to the entrance. Before he got close, someone stopped him. Who is it? Several saint-level members of the Blood Marten clan were guarding the entrance. They stared at Shuapeng with cold faces. I am Shuapeng. I am from Piahuo City. This time, I am here to propose marriage, Shuapeng said solemnly. Propose marriage? The few members of the Blood Marten clan were stunned at first, but then they burst into laughter. Kid, did you go to the wrong place? You are an immortal saint of the human race, yet you came to my Blood Marten clan to propose marriage? Who in my Blood Marten clan would fancy you? The one I want to propose marriage is your Blood Marten clan's Princess Ying. You can just call her out, Shuapeng said. What a joke. What status does my princess have? Why would she like a human kid like you? You're clearly scheming against us. Hurry up and scram. One of the Blood Marten clansmen immediately berated. But at this moment, what's going on? A low voice sounded. At the entrance, an evil-looking man in a black robe walked out with his hands behind his back. Lord Erkong. Seeing the arrival, the few Blood Marten clansmen who were guarding immediately saluted respectfully. At the same time, one of them said, I don't know where this human kid came from. He said that he came to propose marriage, and the person who proposed marriage was Her Highness the Princess. Oh! The black-robed man glanced at Shuapeng and smiled wickedly. Who did I think it was? It's you. You human ant. How dare you dream of marrying the princess of my Blood Marten clan? To be honest, if not for Princess Ying's pleas, the clan leader would have killed you long ago. How dare you take the initiative to offer your life to me? Erkong. I'm here to propose marriage to Ying. Asking to come out and see me, Shuapeng said. With Jian Wushuang behind him, Shuapeng was confident. See you. Haha. I advise you to stop daydreaming. The princess will never come to see you. To tell you the truth, in order to save your life, the princess has promised the clan leader that she will never see you again. Moreover, she has agreed to the engagement that the clan leader made for her. It won't be long before the princess gets married, but it won't be you. You'd better give up now, The wicked man, Kong said. What did you say? Zhuo Peng's expression changed greatly. Jian Wushuang, who was in the void above, could not stand it any longer. He immediately moved to Zhuo Peng's side. Third brother. Zhuo Peng looked over. Leave it to me. Jian Wushuang smiled and gestured for Zhuo Peng to step aside, while Jian Wushuang looked at Kong. Your name is Kong, right? Please go in and inform him that I, Heavenly Sword Marquis, want to meet the clan leader of the Blood Marten clan. Heavenly Sword Marquis? Kong's expression changed. He immediately felt that the name was familiar, but he did not immediately remember where he had heard it. However, because he had already noticed that Jian Wushuang's aura was only at the Saint Realm, he said directly, Clan leader, you are too busy to meet a random person. You'd better take the boy and get lost. Oh really? Jian Wushuang smiled. It seems that I was too polite. After saying that, Jian Wushuang reached for the Blood Mountain sword behind him with his right hand. The blade was slowly unsheathed, and a cold aura gradually spread in the surrounding area. What do you want to do? Kong's face turned cold. However, Jian Wushuang did not pay any attention to him. He unsheathed the Blood Mountain sword, and with shocking power, it directly slashed toward the huge restriction on the ancestral land of the Blood Marten clan. Whoosh! The cold sword light instantly magnified and tore the space apart. A shocking sword shadow that was more than 300 meters long appeared in front of everyone. This sword, Kong, who had not thought much of Jian Wushuang at the beginning, was shocked when he saw this sword. He saw that Jian Wushuang was just an immortal saint, but the power of this sword was obviously much stronger than that of many principles masters. Heavenly Sword Marquis, Heavenly Sword Marquis. Kong repeated the name and suddenly had an idea. I remember now. He is Heavenly Sword Marquis, the #1 genius in the history of the divine beginning realm. It's actually him. Kong's heart trembled. However, that shocking 300-meter-long sword shadow had already mercilessly slashed at the barrier. Rumble. Under the impact of the sword shadow's power, the entire barrier began to tremble slightly. Meanwhile, within the ancestral land of the Blood Marten clan, the earth and mountains began to shake. What's going on? Why is the surrounding world shaking? It's the clan-protecting formation shaking. Someone is attacking it. How can it shake the clan-protecting formation like this? The person who is attacking must be a principles master at the 4th realm of the void. The entire Blood Marten clan was in an uproar. The rule masters of the Blood Marten clan were also alarmed. They immediately rushed toward the entrance of the clan. When they arrived, they saw Jian Wushuang in front of them. You are Heavenly Sword Marquis? The principles masters of the Blood Marten clan were not as ignorant as Kong. They recognized Jian Wushuang at a glance. It's me, Jian Wushuang admitted directly. When they learned that the person who attacked the clan-protecting formation was Jian Wushuang, the principles masters of the Blood Marten clan were shocked but also angry. Heavenly Sword Marquis, why did you attack the clan-protecting formation of the Blood Marten clan? Xianxia, the clan leader of the Blood Marten clan, asked in a low voice. I came here with great sincerity. I told you my name at the beginning and asked your people to go in and report it. However, your people said that you, the clan leader of the Blood Marten clan, are too busy to meet a nobody like me. They also told me to get lost. What do you think I should do? Jian Wushuang said indifferently. Hearing this, the principles masters of the Blood Marten clan were shocked. To compare this super genius, Heavenly Sword Marquis, who was famous in the divine beginning realm, to a nobody, and to ask Heavenly Sword Marquis to get lost? Even the 3 great sages and the 3 great Freedom Alliance would not dare to say this, right? In the current divine beginning realm, who dared to treat Heavenly Sword Marquis as a nobody? Immediately, they understood why Heavenly Sword Marquis attacked the Blood Marten clan's protective array. It was obvious that the words of the Blood Marten clan's clansmen had offended or even humiliated the other party. After understanding this point, the Blood Marten clan's principles masters could not help but glare at Kong angrily. Kong also knew that he had caused trouble. Sensing the gazes of these principles masters, He immediately lowered his head. However, he had already caused trouble, so the Blood Martin clan could only clean up for Air Kong. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. Air Kong has always stayed in the clan and rarely interacted with the outside world, so he might not have heard of your name, so he might have offended you. I hope you can be magnanimous and don't blame me. The Blood Martin clan leader, Air Xiao, said apologetically. Although he was the clan leader and the Blood Martin clan was one of the top clans in the Demon region, they did not want to provoke a terrifying existence like Jian Wushuang unless it was absolutely necessary. Since it's a misunderstanding, and since your Blood Martin clan is a little apologetic, I won't be so stingy to pursue it. However, I came to your Blood Martin clan for another matter, Jian Wushuang said. What's the matter? Ursa asked. Second brother, come over. Jian Wushuang waved to Zhuopeng behind him. Zhuopeng, who was standing at the back, had some misgivings even though he had confidence in Jian Wushuang. After all, he was now facing the Blood Martin clan, one of the top clans in the Demon region. However, when he saw that the clan leader of the Blood Martin clan, Air Xiao, did not dare to put on airs in the face of Jian Wushuang's strength. On the contrary, he was very humble. Zhuopeng no longer had any misgivings. Upon hearing Jian Wushuang's greeting, he immediately walked up. Clan leader of the Blood Martin clan, nice to meet you. Zhuopeng greeted him politely. And you are? Air Xiao looked puzzled. Clan leader, he is the human cultivator who has a dispute with the princess. Air Kong said immediately. You? Air Xiao's face darkened. Clan leader of the Blood Martin clan. Let me introduce you. This is my second brother. We are blood-related brothers, Jian Wushuang said. What? Air Xiao was stunned. The experts of the Blood Martin clan were also stunned. They were all high-level experts of the Blood Martin clan, so they naturally knew that their princess had a relationship with a human cultivator in the Piahuo city not long ago. They had already investigated his background. He should not have a big background, and Zhuopeng's talent and strength were not that great. Although their princess liked such a human cultivator, they completely looked down on him. If it was not for Princess Ying's request, the Blood Martin clan would have sent people to kill him. But it was this human cultivator who did not have any status and ability in their eyes, and now, he actually brought in a big shot. Heavenly Sword Marquis. This name, no matter which faction it was, they probably did not dare to look down on him in the slightest, and no faction dared to look down on his ability. It was true that even though he was not ridiculously strong right now, and many factions were not afraid of him in terms of pure strength, what made Heavenly Sword Marquis the most terrifying was his terrifying potential. He was the #1 genius in the history of the Divine Beginning Realm. He was a super genius who could easily defeat many Principles Masters and even severely injure Saint Realm Masters. More importantly, this person's ability to protect his life was incredible, and he basically could not die as long as he was not dead. His strength would undoubtedly reach an extremely terrifying level after a period of time. The Blood Martin clan should be in awe of such a super genius. If they could avoid making enemies, they should not make enemies. Clan leader Blood Martin, you should know the origin of my trip after seeing my second brother, right? Jian Wushuang looked at Air Xiao in front of him with a faint smile. I'll be frank. I heard that my second brother and Princess Ying of the Blood Martin clan are very compatible. So I'm here to propose a marriage for my second brother. This is the betrothal gift from my Zhuo family. Take a look. Jian Wushuang directly threw an interspatial ring to Air Xiao. Jian Wushuang was indeed here to propose a marriage, and he was very sincere. For example, Jian Wushuang had given a lot of betrothal gifts in the interspatial ring. There were 4 or 5 supreme treasures, which was already very good. However, after taking Jian Wushuang's interspatial ring, Air Xiao and the experts of the Blood Martin clan around him frowned. Normally, the Blood Martin clan would be very happy to have a relationship with Jian Wushuang, since Heavenly Sword Marquis had come to propose marriage in person and given them a lot of betrothal gifts. Naturally, the marriage would not be a problem. But now it was different. The Blood Martin clan was in a very delicate situation, and the marriage of Princess Ying was more important to the Blood Martin clan. Therefore, after a simple exchange with the experts of the Blood Martin clan, Air Xiao quickly made a decision. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, I'm sorry, But I'm afraid our Blood Martin clan can't agree to this marriage, Ershio said. Oh, why? Jian Wushuang's face darkened. Is it because I didn't give enough betrothal gifts? Or does your Blood Martin clan still think that my second brother is not good enough for your princess? No, Mr. Heavenly Marquis, you've given a lot of betrothal gifts, and you're very sincere. As for your second brother, since you're here, of course he can be a good match for my daughter. However, Mr. Heavenly Marquis is a step too late. My daughter already has a lover, Ershio said. Impossible! Shuapeng immediately shouted in a low voice. I'm very clear about Ying'er's character. We've only been separated for 3 years. How could she have someone else in her heart? There's nothing impossible about it. You're indeed a step too late. Not only does my daughter have someone else in her heart, but both parties have already decided on a marriage contract, Ershio said with a smile. How can this be? Shuapeng's body began to tremble. No, I don't believe it. Unless you let her come out and tell me personally, I will only believe what she says. Clan leader Blood Martin, did you hear that? Why don't we invite Princess Ying out and let her explain it to my second brother face to face? As long as she can explain it clearly and make my second brother completely stop thinking about it, then I'm not the kind of person who will force my second brother to leave immediately. How about it? Jian Wushuang looked at Ershio. Well? Ershio pondered for a moment and then shook his head. No, my daughter is going to be betrothed to someone else soon. How can I show my face in public at this time and get involved with others? If this gets out, won't it be a disgrace to my Blood Martin clan? What will my daughter do in the future? Oh! Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows and gave Ershio a deep look. Then he smiled and said, Clan leader Blood Martin, I'm afraid it's not that your daughter doesn't want to show her face in public, but as a father, you don't dare to let her meet my second brother, right? How dare you? Ershio's voice suddenly sank. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, although I respect your talent and strength, we are in front of the ancestral land of the Blood Martin clan. You said that it's not convenient for my daughter to meet outsiders. Are you going to force me? Tisk, TSK, Tisk. Upon hearing this, Jian Wushuang praised, Clan leader Blood Martin, I'm very curious. Where did you get the courage to not give me any face? What made you so determined and unwilling to marry Princess Ying-er to my second brother? But it doesn't matter. I'll know soon enough. Heavenly Sword Marquis, what do you want to do? Ershio narrowed his eyes and stared at Jian Wushuang. What do you think? Since your Blood Martin clan doesn't want to let Princess Ying come out to meet us, we can only go in and meet her ourselves? Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Haha, what a joke. What kind of place do you think my Blood Martin clan is? Do you think you can just enter as you please? Ershio could not help sneering. The high-level experts of the Blood Martin clan also looked at Jian Wushuang with contempt. Although they knew that their talent was extremely heaven-defying and their methods were extraordinary, talent was talent, and it was different from true strength. The Blood Martin clan had existed in the Demon region for so many years as a top clan, so its foundation was naturally extraordinary. Without the consent of the Blood Martin clan, it was naturally extremely difficult for others to break into the territory of the Blood Martin clan. Not to mention others, just the huge protective array covering the territory of the clan was not something ordinary experts could shake. In the face of the ridicule of the experts of the Blood Martin clan, Jian Wushuang smiled coldly and looked up. Chenhua. Demon Master Chenhua appeared beside Jian Wushuang and asked, What? Do you want me to attack again? Of course, I can't defeat this formation alone. But with your strength, you should be able to defeat it, right? Jian Wushuang asked with a smile. I'm not sure, but I can try, Demon Master Chenhua said. Then let's try first, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Demon Master Chenhua did not say anything. He moved and appeared in front of the clan-protecting formation. He stood there and was less than half a meter away from the Blood Martin clan's clan protection formation. Then, he extended his hand and touched the light membrane of the formation. He immediately sensed an extremely shocking power from the formation. When the many experts of the Blood Martin clan saw this scene, they all sneered. What is this person doing there? From the looks of it, Is he planning to break the clan protection array? Humph! What a joke! The clan protection array was created by the ancestor who led the Blood Marten clan to greatness. No one has been able to break it for a long time. Although this person looks like an expert, it's impossible for him to break the clan protection array. The many experts of the Blood Marten clan had absolute confidence in their clan protective array. Therefore, even when they saw the Demon Master Xianxia appear in front of the array and clearly had the intention to attack the array, they did not stop him. They believed that it was impossible for the Demon Master Xianxia to break the array. But at this moment, the Demon Master Xianxia had already made his move like lightning. He did not make much preparations. After feeling the power of the array formation, he clenched his right hand into a fist and threw a punch at the array formation. The brutal punch was simple and crude. It contained unimaginable power as it instantly smashed into the light membrane of the array formation. The light membrane that was hit immediately produced a large number of ripples like giant rocks that were like water. These ripples spread out crazily in the surroundings. The entire array formation also began to tremble violently. This kind of trembling caused the earth and mountains within the Blood Marten clan to shake as if an earthquake had occurred. How could it be? When the Blood Marten clan leader, Xianxia, saw this scene, his eyes immediately widened. The power of a punch actually caused such a huge tremor in the protective array formation of our Blood Marten clan? Could this person be a super expert of the 6th level of the Void? The 6th realm of the Void? The other experts of the Blood Marten clan were also shocked. They could not sense the specific aura of Demon Master Xianxia, so they thought that Jian Wushuang alone would not be able to threaten them. But now that Demon Master Xianxia had made a move, his strength had indeed frightened them. The 6th realm of the Void. This was the top expert of the Divine Beginning realm. Fortunately, even though this person has the strength of the 6 realms of the Void, our Blood Marten clan's clan protection array was personally created by that ancestor. If we want to break this clan protection array, just one of the 6 realms of the Void is definitely not enough. This person can at most slightly shake the array, but he definitely can't break it, said Xianxia. Hearing this, the experts of the Blood Marten clan heaved a sigh of relief. What they did not know was that Demon Master Xianxia did not use his full strength in the beginning. His punch was just to test the sturdiness of the magic array. The person who created this magic array is indeed very capable. The power of this magic array is also very impressive. Demon Master Xianxia stood at the edge of the magic array and secretly praised. Xianxia, there are so many people watching. Don't embarrass yourself. Jian Wushuang's laughter came over. Demon Master Xianxia narrowed his eyes slightly and then flipped his palm. A full set of scarlet gold appeared on his hands. This scarlet gold glove was Demon Master Xianxia's own offensive magic weapon. It had already reached the level of a top-tier supreme treasure and was extremely powerful. After putting on this scarlet gold glove, his overall combat power naturally increased by a lot. He was still standing less than half a meter away from the light membrane of the array, but his eyes were still shining with a fierce light. In his right palm, there was a shocking power condensing. Heavenly divine extermination, Demon Master Xianxia growled. He clenched his right palm, and in an instant, a brilliant golden light surged up, enveloping the entire world in a golden color. The fist formed by his palm, it was like a huge golden sun. This golden sun was extremely dazzling, illuminating everything in the world. Under the attention of the surrounding people, it suddenly struck the light membrane of the array formation. Instantly, boom! A series of violent explosions shook the entire void. Outside the light membrane, around the body of the Demon Master, space had completely exploded, and a huge black hole appeared out of thin air. In front of Demon Master Xianxia, the light membrane of the array that had been smashed by the fist of Demon Master Xianxia had completely caved in. It caved in extremely deeply, directly affecting the entire array. Rumble! The entire array began to tremble madly, as if it was about to collapse. Even the entire ancestral land of the Blood Marten clan began to turn upside down. Upon seeing this scene, all the experts of the Blood Marten clan were stunned. They knew very well that although the array in front of them had not been directly broken, From the scene, it was obvious that this array had already reached the limit that they could endure. Buzz buzz. The might of Demon Master Qinhua's punch was finally exhausted. The frantically trembling array protecting the tribe gradually regained its calm. Seeing this, Demon Master Qinhua was not angry, but happy instead. Haha, not bad, not bad. The power of this array is indeed impressive. It can actually block my full-force attack of the God Extinguisher. It seems that this array is qualified for me to use the God Extinguisher of the Dragon. God Extinguisher of the Dragon? Hearing Demon Master Qinhua talking to himself, the faces of the experts of the Blood Marten clan changed drastically. They could tell from the words of Demon Master Qinhua that the punch just now was not the strongest move of Demon Master Qinhua. He had yet to use an even stronger move. How is this possible? The clan protection array of our Blood Marten clan was personally set up by the most powerful ancestor back then. Furthermore, the ancestor had also instructed that unless one was like him, a supreme expert who had reached the peak of the 6th level of the void, no one would be able to forcefully break through this array. But this person, could it be that his strength is comparable to that of the ancestor at his peak? Ershio widened his eyes. At this moment, the members of the Blood Marten clan had already noticed that a large amount of power was once again beginning to gather on the body of the Demon Master Qinhua. Not good. The expressions of the experts of the Blood Marten clan changed drastically. They could all see that the attack just now from the Demon Master Qinhua had already reached the limit of the clan protection formation. It was estimated that the clan protection formation would not be able to withstand another 2 or 3 such attacks. What Demon Master Qinhua had just said meant that the attack he was about to unleash would be even stronger than the previous one. Stop, stop. Ershio did not dare to let Demon Master Qinhua attack the formation again. After all, the formation had protected them for so many years. If it was broken by force, the formation would collapse. No one in the Blood Marten clan could restore the clan-protecting formation, so they immediately shouted. Qinhua, stop, Jian Wushuang said. Upon hearing Jian Wushuang's words, the power gathered by Demon Master Qinhua gradually calmed down. Seeing this, the experts of the Blood Marten clan finally heaved a sigh of relief. Clan leader Blood Marten, weren't you very confident just now that I could enter your Blood Marten clan whenever I wanted? Jian Wushuang looked at Ershio mockingly. Now that I'm standing here, do you dare to repeat what you just said? This? Ershio's face could not help twitching. He dared to say that just now because he had absolute confidence in the Blood Marten clan's protective array. He believed that Jian Wushuang's strength would not be able to shake the array, but he did not expect that Jian Wushuang also had a terrifying demon master of the Qinhua clan by his side. With the help of the demon master of the Qinhua clan, it was not impossible to break the array. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, it is indeed my Blood Marten clan's fault. I apologize to you, Mr. Heavenly Marquis, but my daughter has already been engaged to someone. I definitely did not lie about that, Ershio said. Even if there is an engagement, it's probably decided by your Blood Marten clan. I'm afraid it's not agreed by Princess Ing herself, Jian Wushuang said. Ershio was silent. Humph, I knew it. Even if Ing doesn't see me anymore because of your Blood Marten clan, she wouldn't agree to the engagement so soon. It turns out that everything is decided by your Blood Marten clan, Shuopeng said in a low voice. Clan leader of the Blood Marten clan, since I came here personally to propose the marriage and brought a great betrothal gift, I have already given face to your Blood Marten clan. But now I'm curious. Who did you betroth Princess Ing to that is worthy for your Blood Marten clan to come and ruin my face? Jian Wushuang looked at Ershio coldly. Ershio frowned and hesitated for a moment, then said, To tell you the truth, the one who has an engagement with my daughter is the young clan leader of the Scarlet Gold clan. Qi Hu. Qi Hu. Jian Wushuang was stunned. Shuopeng, Zhuo Yunfeng, and the others who were watching quietly from above were also stunned. They had been guessing who the Blood Marten clan had betrothed Princess Ing to. They had not expected that it would be Qi Hu. Ha! This is interesting. Jian Wushuang laughed. His smile was very strange. After a long while, he stopped laughing. He said, Blood Marten clan, since the engagement is with Qi Hu, I can tell you now that the engagement has been cancelled. Cancelled? Ershio was stunned. The experts of the Blood Martin clan were also puzzled. Jian Wushuang continued, I'll tell you directly. Not long ago, in the Piahuo city, I killed Qi Hu, the young grandmaster of the Scarlet Gold clan, because he offended me. What? Ershio was shocked. The experts of the Blood Martin clan were also stunned. Qi Hu had been killed? Mr. Heavenly Marquis, Qi Hu is really dead. Did you lie to me? Ershio did not quite believe it. I'm not going to lie to you for such a thing. I killed Qi Hu in the Piahuo city, and it caused quite a stir. The ancestral land of your Blood Martin clan is not far from the Piahuo city, and there must be clansmen in the city. You can send a message to your clansman in the Piahuo city and ask him to inquire about it. He should be able to find out, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Ershio immediately ordered the people next to him to send a message. After a short while, they received a definite result. He's dead. Qi Hu is indeed dead. According to the news from Piahuo city, the one who killed Qi Hu was an immortal saint who used a sword. He killed Qi Hu and caused a huge commotion in Piahuo city. Even the commander of the Piahuo city City Protection Army personally rushed over, but because the other party had a super expert by his side, the City Protection Army didn't dare to make a move at all. Now, it seems that the one who killed Qi Hu was this heavenly sword marquis, and the super expert by his side is this terrifying existence who has reached the peak of the 6 states of the void. The experts of the Blood Martin clan had already made their own judgment. After a brief discussion, Ershio took a deep breath. Then he solemnly said, Mr. Heavenly Marquis, you're right. Since Qi Hu is dead, the engagement between him and my daughter naturally doesn't count. Now that Mr. Heavenly Marquis has personally proposed the marriage, please come to my Blood Martin clan for a chat. If you had done this earlier, it would have saved us a lot of trouble. Jian Wushuang smiled and beckoned Zhui Yunfeng and the others to come down. Then they entered the ancestral land of the Blood Martin clan. In a magnificent hall in the ancestral land of the Blood Martin clan, Jian Wushuang and Ershio sat side by side, while Demon Master Chenhua sat casually beside them. Zhui Yunfeng, Zhuo Peng, and the others also sat casually. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, there are indeed many misunderstandings about today's matter. Normally, if you came to propose marriage in person, the Blood Martin clan would certainly give you a name. But this time, we did it out of helplessness. Ershio sighed. I see. Jian Wushuang nodded slightly. He could see that the Blood Martin clan must have some special reasons. Otherwise, they would not have been so tough in the beginning and directly refused his proposal. Even if it was the Scarlet Gold clan on the other side, the clan leader of the Blood Martin clan must know that Jian Wushuang might not be inferior to the Scarlet Gold clan in terms of weight alone. Clan leader Blood Martin, tell me? Jian Wushuang knocked on the armchair casually. Celestial Marquis, to tell you the truth, the Blood Martin clan arranged the marriage between my daughter and Qi Hu so that the Blood Martin clan and the Scarlet Gold clan could get closer through marriage. This way, we can have more confidence when we face the Blood clan, Ershio said. Blood clan? Jian Wushuang's expression changed. What does the marriage between you and the Scarlet Gold clan have to do with the Blood clan? Mr. Heavenly Marquis, you may not know this, but although the Blood Martin clan has always been a top clan in the Demon region, in fact, our clan only had a period of glory when the ancestor was still alive. After the ancestor went to the universe battlefield, our clan gradually declined. Although we are still a top clan now, we are already at the bottom of the top clans. Many other races also secretly said that the Blood Martin clan was not worthy of its name and no longer had the strength of a top race. In addition, the Heavenly Sword Marquis may also know that the competition between many races in the Demon region has always been very cruel, and our Blood Martin clan has been fighting with many races all year round. Now that our Blood Martin clan is underestimated, our overall strength has already pulled away from many other top races. Naturally, many races want to replace our Blood Martin clan, and there are even races that want to directly annex our Blood Martin clan. Are you saying that the clans that want to annex your Blood Martin clan are the Blood clan? Jian Wushuang asked. Yes. Ershio nodded heavily. Among the many top clans in the Demon region, even if some of them have designs on the Blood Martin clan, They would at most occupy the territory resources of the Blood Marten clan. However, they would never want to annex or exterminate the Blood Marten clan. After all, the Blood Marten clan has had its glory. A camel that is about to die is bigger than a horse. In addition, there is the sect-protecting formation set up by the ancestor. The top clans in the demon region would not dare to truly fight with the Blood Marten clan. However, the Blood clan is different. Blood clan, you are one of the 4 great divine clans. Your foundation and strength are far beyond that of the Blood Marten clan. Even when the Blood Marten clan was at its peak, we were still inferior to the Blood clan when the ancestor was around, let alone now. There is no doubt that the Blood clan has the ability to directly devour and annihilate the Blood Marten clan. From the actions of the Blood clan over the years, it seems that the Blood clan does have such a thought. It's just that they are worried about the other divine clan, the Nine-Tailed clan, in the nearby territory. That's why they haven't made a move yet. Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes slightly. The most powerful clans around the Piahuo city were not only the Scarlet Gold clan and the Blood Marten clan, but also the even more terrifying Nine-Tailed clan. As for the Blood clan, they were still some distance away from this territory. If the Blood clan took action against the Blood Marten clan, it would be equivalent to encroaching on the territory near the Nine-Tailed clan. Of course, the Nine-Tailed clan would not sit idly by. Since the Nine-Tailed clan is keeping the balance, what do you need to worry about? Jian Wushuang asked. I didn't worry about it before, but over the years, the Nine-Tailed clan has also encountered some troubles, Ershio said. Oh, what troubles? Jian Wushuang asked. It's a newly risen clan. To be exact, it's a newly risen force, Ershio said. Power. Jian Wushuang's expression changed. Yes, it's called Divine Moon Palace. It was founded hundreds of years ago. At first, it was very low-key and didn't attract much attention. But in just a few hundred years, it has developed into a map that even the Nine-Tailed clan wouldn't dare to underestimate. Especially 30 years ago, Divine Moon Palace even annexed the Howling Demon clan and made the entire clan submit to it, Ershio said. The Roaring Demon clan? Jian Wushuang's pupils constricted. Among the many clans in the demon region, he knew not only the 4 great divine clans but also a few powerful top clans. The Roaring Demon clan was undoubtedly an extremely powerful top clan. Although there were no experts of the 6th Void Realm in the clan, it was said that there were 2 experts at the peak of the 5th Void Realm and many powerful Principles Masters. In terms of overall strength, the Roaring Demon clan was much stronger than the Blood Marten clan, even stronger than the Scarlet Gold clan. How could such a top clan be annexed by the Divine Moon Palace, which had been established for only a few hundred years? The Divine Moon Palace had amazing methods. What's next? Jian Wushuang asked. After the Divine Moon Palace annexed the Roaring Demon clan, its overall strength skyrocketed. It has become a force above all the top clans, and it is qualified to threaten the status of the 4 great divine clans. As the only divine clan in this territory, the Nine-Tailed clan also sensed the threat, so they wanted to suppress the Divine Moon Palace. Unexpectedly, the Divine Moon Palace directly fought with the Nine-Tailed clan, Ershio exclaimed. The Divine Moon Palace is not fighting indirectly, but directly. It can even be said to be a direct declaration of war. The Nine-Tailed race will naturally not be outdone. Therefore, the Nine-Tailed race and the Divine Moon Palace have been fighting fiercely all these years. Although the Nine-Tailed race has the upper hand, they do not have an absolute advantage. Instead, the Divine Moon Palace has been recruiting experts everywhere all these years. As their strength grows, the threat they pose to the Nine-Tailed race also grows. At this time, the Nine-Tailed clan has put all their attention on Divine Moon Palace, so they have no time to care about the fights between the other clans. Therefore, they have given the Blood clan an opportunity. Not long ago, experts from the Blood clan came here one after another and even fought with the Blood Marten clan. Is that why you want to recruit the Scarlet Gold clan to fight against the Blood clan through marriage? Jian Wushuang looked at Ershio. Yes, the Blood Marten clan is not the only one who has noticed the Blood clan's intention. The Scarlet Gold clan has also noticed it. We have a tacit understanding with each other in this marriage alliance. Now that the marriage alliance has been formed, It's suitable for the two top clans to fight against the Blood Clan together. With the combined strength of the Blood Marten clan and the Scarlet Gold clan, as long as the Blood Clan doesn't come out in full force, we'll be able to protect ourselves, Xianxia said. After you proposed the marriage, I also thought about giving up the marriage with the Scarlet Gold clan and choosing you, but you are a human cultivator and don't stay in the demon region all year round. If something happens to the Blood Marten clan, you won't be able to come in time. Secondly, although you are very talented and have great potential, your current strength. Before Xianxia finished his words, Jian Wushuang had completely understood. Although I'm talented, I'm afraid that the Blood Clan won't respect me, let alone respect me. Clan leader Blood Marten? Is that what you mean? Jian Wushuang said. Xianxia smiled awkwardly. From his laughter, it was clear that he had tacitly agreed. Jian Wushuang was helpless about this. Of course, that's because our Blood Marten clan didn't know that you had an expert who had reached the peak of the 6th realm of the void. Otherwise, our Blood Marten clan would have decisively given up on the Scarlet Gold clan and chosen to form an alliance with you, Xianxia said. Hearing this, Jian Wushuang understood. If he alone was not enough to make the Blood Clan fear him or her, then the addition of Demon Master Chenhua would definitely be enough. If the Blood Clan knew that the Blood Marten clan had an expert at the peak of the 6th Void Realm as a helper, they would definitely not dare to have any thoughts about the Blood Marten clan. Clan leader Blood Marten, since we've already said this, I'll speak frankly. My second brother is definitely going to marry Princess Ying of your Blood Marten clan, and our Zhua clan and your Blood Marten clan will naturally become in-laws. If your Blood Marten clan is in trouble at this time, our Zhua clan will naturally not sit idly by. As a member of the Zhua clan, of course, I will also take action, Jian Wushuang said. I'm relieved to hear your words, Mr. Heavenly Marquis. I'll send my daughter here immediately. Xianxia hurriedly called out to the Blood Marten clan. Hurry! Go and bringing her here. Yes. Someone from the Blood Marten clan immediately went over. Not long after, Zhua Peng's beloved Princess Ying appeared in front of everyone. This is my second sister-in-law? Looking at the delicate and beautiful girl in front of him, Jian Wushuang's expression could not help but change. He could not help admiring his second brother's good taste. Ying. Seeing the girl, Zhua Peng was pleasantly surprised. Zhua Peng, why are you here? Princess Ying was a little surprised. She had thought that she would never see Zhua Peng again. She did not expect that Zhua Peng would come to the land of the Blood Marten clan. Ying, your father has promised to marry you to me. From now on, we will never be separated. Zhua Peng walked to Princess Ying and said excitedly. What? Princess Ying was stunned at first, but then she looked at Xianxia in disbelief. Father. Haha, daughter, Zhua Peng is a good boy. I can see that he really likes you. Father will naturally fulfill your wish, Xianxia said with a smile. Great, great! Princess Ying also shouted happily. A moment later, Zhua Peng pulled Princess Ying to Jian Wushuang. Ying, it's all thanks to third brother's help that we can be together this time. Let's thank him together, Zhua Peng said. Third brother. Princess Ying looked at Jian Wushuang in confusion. Xianxia, who was beside her, hurriedly said, Ying, Mr. Heavenly Marquis is the #1 genius in the divine beginning realm. The reason why you and Zhua Peng can be together this time is largely because of Mr. Heavenly Marquis. Thank you, Mr. Heavenly Marquis. Princess Ying bowed and said gratefully. Second brother, second sister-in-law, we are family. There's no need to be so polite. Jian Wushuang smiled. Princess Ying stood up, but she still looked at Jian Wushuang with some doubt. This person is Zhua Peng's third brother? That means he is younger than Zhua Peng. But why is father so humble when facing him? Princess Ying muttered in her heart. Second brother, you and second sister-in-law haven't seen each other for a while. Go and have a good chat. You can meet father and mother in an instant, Jian Wushuang said. Okay. Zhua Peng immediately led Princess Ying to Zhua Yunfeng and Luo Xinqin. Jian Wushuang, who was still sitting side by side with Xianxia, said in a soft voice, Clan leader Blood Marten, the marriage between our two families has been decided. Now let's talk about another matter. May I know what you are talking about? Xianxia asked. I have just agreed that if the Blood Clan threatens your Blood Marten clan, I will do my best to help. But at the same time, if I encounter some trouble in the demon region, I'm afraid I will also need your Blood Marten clan's help. So, why don't we form an alliance? Jian Wushuang said. An alliance? Xiao was stunned, but then he laughed. Of course, it's the best. Xiao could not wait to form an alliance with Jian Wushuang so that he could completely tie Jian Wushuang to his side. Don't be in such a hurry to agree. This matter is not as simple as you think, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Oh, Xiao was surprised. To tell you the truth, I will be in the demon region for a long time. Of course, I have a lot of things to do. I'm afraid that you, clan leader of the Blood Marten clan, and your entire clan won't be able to accept some of these things, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Oh? What is it that our entire clan won't be able to accept? Xiao asked. For example, fighting a celestial race or even destroying one. Can your Blood Marten clan accept that? Jian Wushuang laughed. What? Xiao was completely stunned. Fighting a celestial race or even destroying one. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, are you kidding? I'm not kidding. It's really possible. That's why I want you to think carefully. Jian Wushuang smiled. Mr. Heavenly Marquis, do you really want to attack a celestial race? Xiao looked at Jian Wushuang in surprise. It's not that I want to attack, but I'm afraid that my other ally will do so. Jian Wushuang smiled. Who's my other ally? Xiao asked. My other ally, if I'm not mistaken, is the Divine Moon Palace you mentioned earlier, Jian Wushuang said. What? Xiao was shocked. The Divine Moon Palace, the mysterious force that had only risen for a few hundred years, but was already able to challenge the Nine-Tailed Clan? Mr. Heavenly Marquis, are you the helper that the Divine Moon Palace hired to deal with the Nine-Tailed Clan? Xiao asked in shock. I can't be sure for now, but I think it's most likely, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. According to Xiao, the Divine Moon Palace had only risen for a few hundred years, but it had developed at a terrifying speed. Moreover, the Divine Moon Palace was obviously aimed at the Nine-Tailed Clan. Therefore, Jian Wushuang immediately thought of Miss Shower. According to his guess, Miss Shower should be the one who created the Divine Moon Palace. Only Miss Shower had the strength and motive to do so. It's actually very easy to determine whether Divine Moon Palace is my ally or not. Jian Wushuang smiled. Clan leader, if you want the Blood Clan to be afraid of your Blood Marten clan and not dare to attack it, then naturally you must let the Blood Clan know about my relationship with your Blood Marten clan. If that's the case, then you can take the initiative to spread the news. Moreover, when I killed Scarlet Tiger in Piahuo City previously, I caused quite a commotion. I also let the City Protection Army in Piahuo City know that I have an expert at the peak of the 6th level of the Void. This news will also be spread out. When that time comes, the Blood Clan will not dare to act rashly. And if that ally of mine is really the Divine Moon Palace, then they will naturally come looking for me. We only need to wait here. When that time comes, you can decide whether you want to form an alliance with me or not. I understand. I'll send someone to spread the news now. Besides, Chi Hu is dead, so the engagement between the Blood Marten clan and the Scarlet Gold clan doesn't count. I have to make it clear to the Scarlet Gold clan. Xiao immediately went to make arrangements. Jian Wushuang stayed in the Blood Marten clan and waited quietly. As time passed, the news that Heavenly Sword Marquis had arrived in the demon region and that an expert had reached the 6th realm of the Void had spread throughout the entire demon region. The entire demon area was in an uproar, especially when the Heavenly Sword Marquis had killed the young patriarch of the Scarlet Gold clan in Piahuo City and married the Blood Marten tribe. This meant that the Heavenly Sword Marquis had arrived in the demon area. He did not just pass by. The various tribes in the demon area naturally began to pay attention. In the grand meeting hall of the Scarlet Gold clan, many high-level experts of the Scarlet Gold clan gathered together. He's going too far. This Heavenly Sword Marquis is really going too far. Roars sounded continuously in the hall. It was the current chief of the Scarlet Gold clan. Son, Heavenly Sword Marquis, you killed my son. If I don't take revenge, I'll be a father in vain. The chief of the Scarlet Gold clan clenched his fists. His nails dug into his flesh. After a while, he said, "Didn't Heavenly Sword Marquis kill someone in Piahuo City? This is against the rules set by the races of the demon area." "What did the other races say?" "Clan leader, you know how capable Heavenly Sword Marquis is. Even the 3 Saint Realms can't do anything to him. Who else can kill him?" Moreover, the news from the Piahuo City said that Heavenly Sword Marquis had a super expert at the 6th realm of the void with him. He had extraordinary potential, and with such an expert by his side, who would dare to provoke the races of the demon region? "Naturally, they would turn a blind eye and pretend not to know," said an elder of the Scarlet Gold clan. "Pretend not to know? We made the rules together. How can we pretend not to know now?" The Scarlet Gold clan leader was furious. "There's nothing we can do about it. The Heavenly Sword Marquis is not easy to provoke. Even the 4 great celestial races are not willing to provoke him, let alone the top races. Moreover, the Heavenly Sword Marquis seems to be in a marriage alliance with the Blood Marten clan. The Blood Marten clan is also on his side. No one else dares to talk about gods," continued the elder. "By the way, it's not as if all the races in the demon region don't know about it. One of the 4 great celestial races, the Nine-Tailed race, has condemned him. However, the Nine-Tailed race is mainly because the Heavenly Sword Marquis killed the 9 Palace Saints. Furthermore, the Nine-Tailed race has to deal with the Divine Moon Palace, so they have no time to worry about the Heavenly Sword Marquis. Therefore, they can only say it verbally." "Humph! A bunch of trash." The Scarlet Gold clan leader snorted coldly. "Tribe leader, that Heavenly Sword Marquis is indeed not to be trifled with. Why don't we just forget about this matter?" The elder said softly. However, the moment he finished speaking, he was immediately met with the piercing cold gaze of the Scarlet Gold clan leader. He was so frightened that he did not dare to say anything more. "Humph! Forget about it? What kind of joke is this? How can I not take revenge for killing my son?" The Scarlet Gold clan leader's voice was icy cold. "Heavenly Sword Marquis, just you wait. Maybe I can't do anything to you now, but no matter what I do, I will make you pay for it. And the Blood Marten clan? Do you think you can kick the Scarlet Gold clan away with the ship of Heavenly Marquis Sword? In your dreams." The cold voice echoed in the hall, causing the air in the hall to freeze. Jian Wushuang was waiting quietly in the Blood Marten clan. Meanwhile, the Blood Marten clan had already lit lanterns and prepared for the wedding of Zhuopeng and Princess Ying. The 2 parties had already set a date and were waiting to get married. The location of the wedding was in the Blood Marten clan. However, on this day someone came looking for him. "Mr. Heavenly Marquis, Mr. Heavenly Marquis." Erxiu rushed to Jian Wushuang. "Clan leader of the Blood Marten clan, why are you in such a hurry? Is someone really here?" Jian Wushuang said with a smile. "Yes, someone is here and he specifically asked for you. In addition, the clansmen of the Blood Marten clan who are guarding outside have sent a message to someone. The person is very mysterious, so we can't see his face clearly. It's even difficult to capture his aura. However, we can tell that he is definitely a real expert," Erxiu said. "That's most likely true. Let's go and welcome him." Jian Wushuang smiled and immediately rushed toward the entrance of the Blood Marten clan with Erxiu, along with Demon Master Qinhua. As soon as they reached the entrance, Jian Wushuang immediately saw 2 gray-robed figures in the void in front of him. The 2 gray-robed figures were completely out of the gray robe's coverage. The surrounding void was quite hazy, so he could not see their appearance. However, Jian Wushuang did not need to see their appearances. He only needed to sense their unique aura to recognize them. "It really is her," Jian Wushuang said with a faint smile. The 2 gray-robed figures had also stepped down. "Miss Shower, it's been many years. How have you been?" Jian Wushuang looked at the clearly delicate figure in front of him. The gray robe retreated, and the surrounding haze disappeared. The delicate figure raised her head, revealing a peerless beauty with a deep charm. It was so charming that people could not help but bow their heads. The moment they saw the woman's face, the clansmen of the Blood Marten clan were stunned. They stood there like stones, not moving at all. Miss Shower's charm is really getting better and better. She doesn't even need to speak. Her every move is probably enough to make some weaker cultivators lose their minds completely. Jian Wushuang thought to himself. He had personally experienced Miss Shower's charm. At the same time, the 9 Palace Saintess in the Blood Wave realm had also used the same trick on him. However, the 9 Palace Saintess' seductive methods were far inferior to Miss Shower's. Jian Wushuang, the last time we met, you didn't even step into the Divine Master realm. But in the blink of an eye, so many years have passed, and you're already recognized as the #1 genius in the Divine Beginning realm. Even the 3 Saint realms can't do anything to you. You're really extraordinary, Shower said. Her voice was sweet and intoxicating. Miss Shower, aren't you different now? If I'm not wrong, the Divine Moon Palace, which has just risen in the Demon region, was created by Miss Shower, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. It's just a small trick. Shower smiled, tacitly acknowledging the relationship between the Divine Moon Palace and her. A small trick? It's not a small trick to be able to create a major force in a short period of time that can challenge the 9-tailed clan and have an expert of the 6th realm of the void with you. Demon Master Qinhua suddenly spoke. His eyes were intentionally or unintentionally looking at the gray-robed figure behind Shower. The gray-robed figure was still shrouded in the gray robe and did not reveal his appearance. His aura was also very hazy. However, with the strength of Demon Master Qinhua, he could naturally sense the hidden aura of the other party. The 6th realm of the void? Jian Wushuang also revealed a surprised look. I spent a lot of effort to subdue this servant beside me. Unlike you, a super expert at the peak of the 6th realm of the void would willingly follow him as a guard. This is really surprising, Shower said. A servant. Jian Wushuang and the experts from the Blood Marten clan around him were secretly shocked. They had thought that the expert behind Shower was just an expert under her command. They did not expect that he was just a servant. To make a super expert of the 6 realms of the void a servant. Although Qinhua is working with me as a guard, we are working together as equals. Unlike you, Miss Shower, who directly makes an expert of the 6 realms of the void a servant. Jian Wushuang said with a faint smile. Well, let's not talk about these unnecessary things. Let's go to the Blood Marten clan and talk about it slowly. Okay. Shower nodded. Yunler, Mr. Heavenly Sword Marquis and Miss Shower, please come in, Xiao said respectfully. He knew very well that although he was the Grandmaster of the Blood Marten clan, he was nothing in front of Jian Wushuang or Miss Shower. Jian Wushuang had amazing potential. He was even a threat to the 3 Saint realms, and he was accompanied by the guards of experts at the peak of the 6 void realms. As for Miss Shower, he had just heard that she was the mysterious expert who founded the Divine Moon Palace. The Blood Marten clan could not afford to offend either of them. The group returned to the Blood Marten clan and then came to the meeting hall of the Blood Marten clan. Because the people who came to discuss the matter were too special, the entire hall had been covered by a magic array. There were only 5 people sitting in the hall. They were Jian Wushuang, Shower, Xiao, Demon Master Qinhua, and the servant who followed Shower. Except for the 5 people, no one else was qualified to enter the hall. Jian Wushuang, do you still remember what we talked about? Shower looked at Jian Wushuang. Of course I do. We formed an alliance and helped each other, Jian Wushuang said. That's right. As my ally, you now know that I created the Divine Moon Palace, so you naturally know what I need your help with, Shower said. I know. I'm just going to help you deal with the 9-tailed clan. But before that, there's something I have to figure out, Jian Wushuang said after a moment of silence. Then he said, That's where you come from, and what kind of grudges do you have with the 9-tailed clan? Well, Shower's expression changed slightly. Why? Can't you tell me about it now? Jian Wushuang shrugged. You are my ally and have enough strength. Of course, you are qualified to know about this, but Grandmaster Xiao. Shower looked at Xiao with interest. Xiao and the Blood Marten clan were not allies of Divine Moon Palace. Grandmaster Blood Marten has also intended to form an alliance with us. The main purpose of this visit is to form a true alliance between the 3 of us, Jian Wushuang said. Oh, is that so? Shower raised her eyebrows. At least the Blood Martin clan knows what's good for them. It saves the Divine Moon Palace from having to take action personally. What? Airshio was surprised, but then he said in a low voice, Miss Shower, do you mean that you had planned to take action against the Blood Martin clan? What do you think? Shower looked at Airshio with a sneer. In this territory, other than the Nine-Tailed clan, there are only two top tribes, your Blood Martin clan and the Scarlet Gold clan. Now, my Divine Moon Palace has been developing very fast, but it has basically reached its limit. If you want to increase your strength again, you can only think of ways to annex or control other tribes. Your Blood Martin clan and the Scarlet Gold clan are naturally the best targets for my Divine Moon Palace. I'm not afraid to tell you now that I've secretly controlled some members of the Blood Martin clan, including a few core figures. If you don't plan to form an alliance with Jian Wushuang, my Divine Moon Palace will make a move within 3 years at most. At that time, your Blood Martin clan will definitely take the initiative to provoke my Divine Moon Palace. Then, my Divine Moon Palace will use this as an excuse to swallow your Blood Martin clan with lightning speed. Believe me, if my Divine Moon Palace really wants to devour your Blood Martin clan, then even the Nine-Tailed clan won't have the time to react. Upon hearing Shower's words, Airshio's face turned pale. At the same time, he felt a lingering fear in his heart. He knew very well that Shower's words were not the slightest bit exaggerated. With the Divine Moon Palace's current strength and means, it would be too easy for them to devour his Blood Martin clan. If it were not for the fact that the Nine-Tailed clan would stop them, they would not have to prepare anything. Now that Divine Moon Palace had made careful preparations, they would not give the Blood Martin clan any chance to react. Just like when Divine Moon Palace swallowed the Roaring Demon clan. The Roaring Demon clan was much stronger than the Blood Martin clan, but they were suddenly swallowed by Divine Moon Palace. At the thought of this, Airshio was even more shocked. Clan leader Airshio, Jian Wushuang just said that your Blood Martin clan only intends to form an alliance with the Divine Moon Palace? Shower looked at Airshio again. No, Miss Shower. I've already decided that my Blood Martin clan will form an alliance with the Divine Moon Palace and Mr. Heavenly Marquis now. No matter what your orders are, my Blood Martin clan will not refuse. Even if you want my Blood Martin clan to help the Divine Moon Palace fight against the Nine-Tailed clan, we can do it, Airshio said solemnly. Jian Wushuang and Shower laughed at his words. Clan leader, from now on, your Blood Martin clan is our ally, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Although the Blood Martin clan is at the bottom of the top clans, it is still a top clan and has a good foundation. It would be great if we can get the Blood Martin clan to help us without fighting, Shower added. Miss Shower, since the Blood Martin clan is now our ally, clan leader Wuxia is also qualified to know everything. Now you can tell us about the grudge between you and the Nine-Tailed clan, Jian Wushuang said. Sure. Shower nodded and was silent for a moment. Then she said, Jian Wushuang, when we first met, you already knew that I am a reincarnated cultivator. But what you don't know is that this is not my first reincarnation. Oh, Jian Wushuang's expression changed. Before this life, I had reincarnated 8 times. This time, it was the 9th time. It was the 9th time that the secret skill that I cultivated had truly reached perfection. From then on, I could do everything I wanted to do. The previous 8 lives were just the middle of the transition, Shower said. 9 reincarnations, just to cultivate a secret skill to the perfection level? What secret skill is that? Jian Wushuang was puzzled. However, Airshio's eyes suddenly widened. Could it be? Oh? Clan leader Airshio, do you know the secret skill I cultivate? Shower looked at Airshio. I know a legendary secret skill that requires 9 reincarnations to reach the perfection level. This secret skill is said to come from the universe battlefield and is an extremely magical and incredible secret skill. It's called the 9 Lives Succubus skill, Airshio said. As expected of the leader of the Blood Martin clan. Your knowledge is indeed extraordinary. That's right. The secret technique I'm cultivating is precisely the 9 Lives Succubus technique, Shower said with a smile. How can it be? Airshio was extremely shocked. 9 Lives Succubus technique. Isn't that a secret technique that the Nine-Tailed clan doesn't impart? You have such a great enmity with the Nine-Tailed clan. It's obvious that you have the intention of completely exterminating the Nine-Tailed clan. How can you cultivate the Nine-Tailed clan's supreme secret technique? Moreover, it's said that since the Nine-Tailed clan obtained the 9-life charm, no one has been able to successfully cultivate it. They don't even have the qualifications to cultivate it. In all these years, no one has ever cultivated this secret skill, but you actually succeeded. Haha. No one can cultivate this secret skill? Yes, before me, no one could cultivate it, but now it's different. As for why I cultivate this secret skill, it's actually very simple. Because I'm originally a member of the Nine-Tailed clan, Xiaoer said. As expected. Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes, but he was not surprised. Since Xiaoer had been entangled with the Nine-Tailed clan and possessed the unique enchantment skill of the Nine-Tailed clan, he had guessed that Miss Xiaoer might be from the Nine-Tailed clan. However, Xiao found it difficult to understand. You're clearly a clansman of the Nine-Tailed clan, and since you can cultivate the 9-life enchantment skill, the Nine-Tailed clan must have attached great importance to you and even treated you as a treasure. But how could you end up hating the Nine-Tailed clan so much? Humph, I'm not lying. My real name is Daji, and I'm originally a member of the Nine-Tailed clan. Furthermore, I have the purest Emperor Phoenix bloodline in the Nine-Tailed clan. The Emperor Phoenix bloodline is the bloodline of the Nine-Tailed clan's royal clan. In the Nine-Tailed clan, only the owner of the Emperor Phoenix bloodline can become the clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan and lead the entire clan. Hence, after I was born, many members of the Nine-Tailed clan did treat me as a treasure, and everyone treated me with great respect. Everything was going well for me, but after that, because of one thing, it completely changed. My family and my clansmen abandoned me, completely ignoring my life and death. In the end, the Nine-Tailed clan even did not hesitate to kill me with their own hands. As Xiaoer spoke up to this point, their body began to tremble slightly, and their eyes were filled with shocking hatred. However, Jian Wushuang was still puzzled. He could not help but ask, Miss Xiaoer, what exactly is the matter you mentioned? It has something to do with the 7-star Xian sect. Xiaoer glanced at Jian Wushuang lightly. She knew that Jian Wushuang had a deep relationship with the 7-star mysterious sect. When Jian Wushuang used the 7-star mysterious sect's secret skill in front of her in the Witch Desert realm, Xiaoer recognized him at a glance. Jian Wushuang was shocked. It was related to the 7-star mysterious sect? Then, Jian Wushuang, do you know why I chose to ally with you instead of killing you when I first saw you, and saw you use the 7-star mysterious sect's secret skill? Xiaoer stared at Jian Wushuang. To be honest, you were nothing but an ant in my eyes at that time. You were not qualified to ally with me at that time. However, I proposed the alliance because of the 7-star mysterious sect behind you. You may not know this, but I have always been on the side of the 7-star mysterious sect because the person I love the most is from the 7-star mysterious sect. The person you love the most? Jian Wushuang was stunned. But then he looked at Xiaoer in shock. Miss Xiaoer, is your husband an expert from the 7-star mysterious sect? Husband? Humph, he is just a heartless man. Although I have a marriage contract with him, I didn't have the time to get married. But he was almost everything to me at that time, Xiaoer said softly. Miss Xiaoer, who is the person you're talking about? What's his name? Jian Wushuang asked. His name is Di Shursan. You have a close relationship with the 7-star mysterious sect. Have you heard of him? Xiaoer asked. However, when Jian Wushuang heard Xiaoer's entire name, he suddenly widened his eyes, and his heart instantly surged. Di Shursan? He had heard of this name more than once. In his previous life, among the experts left behind by the 7-star mysterious sect in the eternal chaotic world, he had first come into contact with Di Shursan. He was the first Sword Emperor who had saved his life several times and the eternal chaotic world at that time. Jian Wushuang had even come into contact with Sword Principle with his help and had also cultivated it for a period of time in the trials he had arranged. It could be said that aside from his master, Di Shursan was the expert that the 7-star mysterious sect had left behind in the eternal chaotic world. This was an absolute swordsman that even Jian Wushuang could not help but admire. And this person was actually the husband of Miss Shower? Jian Wushuang. You seem to have heard of him? Shower asked. I do know him. Not only that, I have met him and had many dealings with him, Jian Wushuang said. You have met him? Shower's body suddenly trembled. How is that possible? He died in battle when the seven-star mysterious sect was destroyed. How many years has it been since that battle? How can you have met him? Is he still alive? Shower looked at Jian Wushuang with an unprecedented glint in her eyes. Jian Wushuang naturally noticed the look in Shower's eyes. At the same time, he could see the anxiety and anticipation in her eyes. It was obvious that Miss Shower had long determined that Di Shursan had died with the seven-star mysterious sect. After hesitating for a moment, Jian Wushuang raised his head again and said, Di Shursan is indeed alive. Upon hearing this, the light in Shower's eyes instantly soared to the maximum, and her face revealed a look of ecstasy. Really? Shower was still a little apprehensive. Of course it's true. To tell you the truth, he was the one who guided me to truly enter the sword principle. Moreover, he once saved my life and was a great benefactor to me, Jian Wushuang said. Where is he now? Why hasn't there been any news about him after so many years? Shower asked hurriedly. It's because his current location is very special and completely isolated from the divine beginning realm. Of course, I know about the existence of that place, but I'm still too weak. It's still unknown whether I can enter it successfully. However, it won't be long before I go there. As long as I can reopen that space, not only Di Shursan but also many experts left behind by the seven-star mysterious sect will have a chance to see the light of day again, Jian Wushuang said. That's great. That's great. Shower was so excited that she did not know what to do. Even after so many years, no one could replace Di Shursan in her heart. Miss Shower, if I really enter that space and see Di Shursan in the future, I will naturally tell them about you, Jian Wushuang said. Okay. Shower was filled with anticipation. At this moment, Jian Wushuang asked, Miss Shower, did you just say that the nine-tailed clan abandoned you because of the seven-star mysterious sect and Di Shursan? Yes. Shower nodded slightly. At that time, Di Shursan and I were in love, and we matched each other in terms of status and background. Our marriage was decided. Everything was going well, but something unexpected happened. It happened during the world-ending war. In that war, the three saint realms led the attack. With the power of the will of the heavenly Tao, many top forces of the divine beginning realm attacked the seven-star mysterious sect at the same time. At that time, no one knew the exact reason. The four divine races and the eight directions divine sect didn't care if they had any grudges with the seven-star mysterious sect. They all obeyed the orders of the three saint realms and charged into the seven-star mysterious realm together. You have to know that at that time, Di Shursan and I were already engaged. Everyone knew Di Shursan's status in the seven-star mysterious sect. The nine-tailed race and the seven-star mysterious sect were already on good terms. Logically, the nine-tailed race should be on the side of the seven-star mysterious sect. However, in reality, the nine-tailed race also listened to the orders of the three great saint realms. They betrayed their trust and charged into the seven-star mysterious sect together. As the saintess of the nine-tailed clan, I naturally opposed it. However, not only did the clan leader of the nine-tailed clan not care about my position, she even ordered me to be secretly executed when she found out that I was going to the seven-star mysterious sect to fight together with Di Shursan. How could that be? Jian Wushuang frowned. Even if the patriarch of the nine-tailed clan forbade you to have any relationship with Di Shursan for some special reasons, he shouldn't have killed you directly. After all, you have the Emperor Phoenix bloodline. Emperor Phoenix bloodline? Humph, in that era, there were two people in the nine-tailed clan who had awakened the Emperor Phoenix bloodline. Besides me, the other one was Di Shi's daughter. Di Shi wanted his daughter to inherit her position and become the next patriarch of the nine-tailed clan. Therefore, he made things difficult for me in the nine-tailed clan. And that time, he found an opportunity to kill me. Shower sneered. Is that so? Jian Wushuang raised his eyebrows. He had said that things could not be so simple. It turned out that there was a struggle for the patriarch's throne. You were indeed looking for an opportunity to kill me, but unfortunately my reputation in the Nine-Tailed clan was not low at that time. Many elders of the Nine-Tailed clan were on my side at the beginning. Although everyone objected because of the 7-star mysterious sect, many elders did not agree to my execution. In the end, one of the elders who was closest to me secretly let me go. However, she continued to pursue me and killed me. In the end, I died at her hands. Shower said. She killed you? Jian Wushuang was stunned. Yes, I did die once, but it was an opportunity for me to find the cultivation method of the 9-life succubus skill. I entered the reincarnation passage and began my 9-life cultivation journey. Shower stopped. After a while, she looked up again. Jian Wushuang, you should know why I hate the 9-tailed clan, right? Yes. Jian Wushuang nodded slightly. It was true that Miss Shower was a member of the 9-tailed clan and an extremely important possessor of the Emperor Phoenix bloodline. However, the entire 9-tailed clan had abandoned her, and she was even hunted down and killed once. Now that she had finally experienced the 9 reincarnations and cultivated the 9-life charm to perfection, she had the ability to fight against the 9-tailed clan. Naturally, she wanted revenge. Miss Shower, although the 9-tailed clan has treated you unfairly and indeed abandoned you, you still have the bloodline of the 9-tailed clan. Moreover, it's not as if no one in the 9-tailed clan was on your side back then. I can understand that you hate the 9-tailed clan, but if you want to destroy the 9-tailed clan just like that, it's too. Jian Wushuang had not finished his sentence. Shower waved her hand. I know. That's why my initial goal was not to destroy the 9-tailed race. All I wanted to do was to take back what originally belonged to me. Besides that, there's also Shi. Although she went to the universe battlefield, her descendants are still fine within the 9-tailed race and are still occupying the position of clan leader. After listening to Shower's explanation, Jian Wushuang finally understood. Miss Shower had spent so much effort building the Divine Moon Palace to fight against the 9-tailed clan. Her real goal was not to destroy the 9-tailed clan but to destroy Shi, who had once ruled the clan. What she really wanted, she should kill Shi's descendant, the current clan leader of the 9-tailed clan, and replace him to take control of the 9-tailed clan. It had to be said that with Miss Shower's experience, she was indeed qualified and had a reason to murder Shi's descendant. Jian Wushuang and clan leader Xianxia, now that you know the specific grudge between me and the 9-tailed clan, as my allies, I need you to do your best to help me take back the position of clan leader of the 9-tailed clan. Are you willing? Shower looked over. Of course. Xianxia had long been frightened by Shower's words, so he agreed without thinking. He had no choice but to agree. If he did not, the Divine Moon Palace would directly attack his Blood Marten clan. Moreover, judging from the current situation, it was not necessarily a bad thing for his Blood Marten clan to choose to stand on the side of the Divine Moon Palace. Jian Wushuang, what about you? Shower looked at Jian Wushuang again. I can help you deal with the 9-tailed clan with all my strength, but after I help you regain control of the 9-tailed clan, I also need your help to deal with another clan, Jian Wushuang said directly. With your current ability and the presence of this top expert beside you, you shouldn't care about ordinary clans, even top clans. But now, you want the help of my Divine Moon Palace and the Blood Marten clan. Don't tell me you're going to deal with a great divine clan as well. Shower asked. Yes, I'm going to deal with the Blood clan, one of the 4 great divine clans. To be exact, I'm going to deal with someone in the Blood clan, Jian Wushuang said. Who? Shower asked. The clan leader of the Blood clan. He must die, Jian Wushuang said in a deep voice. But upon hearing Jian Wushuang's words, both Shower and Xianxia were shocked. Xianxia looked at Jian Wushuang in astonishment. As for Shower, although she looked calmer, she was equally astonished. Jian Wushuang, you want to kill the Blood clan's grandmaster? Yes, because of a special matter. I need the help of Spirit Ancestor from the Divine Ancestor Taoist sect. Spirit Ancestor's condition is to kill the Blood clan's grandmaster, Jian Wushuang said. Spirit Ancestor? Shower narrowed her eyes. I've heard of her as well. The hatred between her and the clan leader of the Blood clan is indeed great. However, Spirit Ancestor is most talented in her soul. You want to ask her for help because of her soul. right? Yes. I need her to perform a soul peeling for my most important person, and to ensure the integrity of that person's soul to the greatest extent, Jian Wushuang said. Soul extraction requires a lot of soul control ability. I can say that no one in the divine beginning realm can guarantee that a person's soul will not be damaged in the slightest when the soul is extracted. However, if the soul is extracted by spirit ancestor, even if there is no guarantee, there is still a 99% chance. Shower nodded secretly. Miss Shower, you are from the Nine-Tailed clan and have cultivated the Nine-Life Heaven enchanting skill to the perfection. If you were to strip your soul, would you be comparable to the spirit ancestor? Jian Wushuang suddenly asked. He found that Miss Shower had a great background and must have high attainment in the soul. If she could reach the same level as the clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan in the soul aspect, he could have asked Miss Shower to help him without seeking the help of the spirit ancestor. However, upon hearing Jian Wushuang's words, Shower shook her head. Jian Wushuang, you don't know that the members of the Nine-Tailed clan have a lot of innate talent in the soul aspect. For example, the current clan leader of the Nine-Tailed clan should be no weaker than the spirit ancestor in the soul aspect. However, this is also because the current clan leader specializes in cultivating. There is another cultivation system in the Nine-Tailed clan, which specializes in enchantment. Although the enchantment is closely related to the soul, it is not a thorough study of the soul. Therefore, the attainments in the soul are not as good as those in the cultivation of the soul. As for me, including the Nine-Life enchantment, I belong to the enchantment school. Therefore, my attainments in the soul are not very high. If I were to strip someone's soul, it would not cause any harm to their soul. At most, I would only have an 80% chance. Jian Wushuang was stunned, but then he forced a smile. It seemed that it was impossible for Shower to do the soul stripping for his wife. In that case, I can only ask the spirit ancestor to help. Then I must kill the blood clan leader, Jian Wushuang said in a deep voice. But the blood clan leader has a cultivation at the peak of the 6 void realms. Even if the top expert beside you personally helps him, I'm afraid he won't be able to win. Moreover, this is only a direct battle. It's too difficult to kill an expert at the peak of the 6 void realms, Shower said. I know. That's why I'm asking for your help. I'll also find more helpers to help me, Jian Wushuang said. Okay. I can promise you that after I regain control of the Nine-Tailed clan, I'll do my best to help you kill the blood clan leader. But if I can't kill him in the end, you can't blame me, Shower said. The Blood Martin clan will also do our best, Ershio quickly said. Of course, Ershio also knew that his help was just words. If he really wanted to kill the clan leader of the Blood Martin clan, he must rely on the top experts, and he, the strongest member of the Blood Martin clan, had just reached the 5th void realm, so he could not pose any threat to the clan leader. Then it's a deal. Jian Wushuang smiled. Although he knew it would be too difficult to kill the clan leader, it was still better to have 2 allies, the Divine Moon Palace and the Blood Martin clan, than to be alone. Especially Miss Shower, who was already in control of the extremely powerful Divine Moon Palace. If she could help her control the Nine-Tailed clan, she would definitely be very powerful. She would definitely be able to help him a lot. Since it's already agreed, the most important thing now is to help me control the Nine-Tailed clan again. It won't be easy to complete this step, Shower said. Miss Shower, you've been preparing for so many years. Judging from the activity in your Divine Moon Palace, you should have a detailed plan, right? Jian Wushuang asked. The plan? Shower smiled faintly. My original plan was to hide in the dark and find the right time to swallow the 2 top races, the Scarlet Gold clan and the Blood Martin clan, with lightning speed. In this territory, only the Nine-Tailed clan and my Divine Moon Palace will be left to contend for hegemony. Moreover, by swallowing these 2 top races, my Divine Moon Palace's overall strength will also be stronger. By then, we will definitely be able to suppress the Nine-Tailed clan. However, now that the Blood Martin clan is on our side, and with your help, Jian Wushuang, it will be easier to carry out this plan. Hearing this, Ershio's heart trembled. He had wondered if Shower was just trying to scare him by saying that he would attack the Blood Martin clan. But now, it seemed that the annexation of the Scarlet Gold clan and the Blood Martin clan was indeed part of the Divine Moon Palace's plan. The Blood Marten clan is already on our side. Does this mean that the Scarlet Gold clan is your first target? Jian Wushuang looked at Shower. Yes, the Scarlet Gold clan is extremely powerful. If we can annex them, our Divine Moon Palace's strength will definitely rise to another level, Shower said. If we attack the Scarlet Gold clan, the clan will fight to the death. It will be very difficult to swallow them without paying too much. Jian Wushuang asked. I understand. Of course, I have a way. Shower smiled and glanced at the gray-robed figure next to her. The gray-robed human figure followed Shower to the Blood Marten clan. However, his face had always been hidden under the gray robe. Moreover, the aura on his body had always been concealed. However, under Shower's instructions, the gray-robed human figure had finally stood up, after which, he withdrew the gray robe on his body and revealed his own appearance. This was an old man with a thin face and a goatee. His eyes were like the stars and were exceptionally dazzling. When he saw the goatee, Ershio shouted, Lord Su! You are Lord Su! Lord Su! Jian Wushuang's expression changed. Over the years, he had obtained information about some top experts in the Divine Beginning Realm from the Spacetime Temple, including many powerful universe masters who had gone into seclusion. Lord Su was one of them. Lord Su was an extremely powerful expert at the 6 levels of the Void, and he was a lone wolf. One had to know that the 6 levels of the Void were super experts who stood at the top in the Divine Beginning Realm. Such a super expert was also a lone wolf. He did not have any restrictions and could do whatever he wanted. In the Divine Beginning Realm, he could also do whatever he wanted. Among the various factions in the Divine Beginning Realm, no one was willing to provoke a lone expert of the 6 realms of the Void, including the 3 great holy regions. Most likely, none of them were willing. But such an expert was actually following by Shower's side at this moment? How could it be? Lord Su was famous for being stubborn. He had lived for so many years and had a very strange temper. During this period, many large factions had tried to make connections with him, but they were all rejected by him. It was basically impossible to want him to join a certain faction. But now, Ershio looked at Lord Su in astonishment. Lord Su has a strange temper and a proud personality. It's known to all that it's impossible for him to work for someone. But in front of Miss Shower, Lord Su is just a servant. It seems that Miss Shower has controlled Lord Su with a special method. If I'm not mistaken, it must be the enchantment, right? Jian Wushuang asked. Yes. Lord Su was indeed controlled by my enchantment. It's the 9-life heavenly charms technique that you all know of. Of course, I also spent a lot of money and experience, and there was also a lot of luck involved in it. That's why I was able to control him. Shower laughed. With my current strength, even if I used the 9-life heavenly charms technique, it would still be too difficult for me to control an expert at the 6th level of the Void. However, as long as it's not the 6th realm of the Void or a small number of experts with strong mental states who are not affected by my charm, it's difficult for an ordinary expert of the 5th realm of the Void to resist my charm. Miss Shower, do you mean that you can directly control the high-level experts of the Scarlet Gold clan with your charm? Jian Wushuang looked over. Yes. Shower nodded. My ultimate goal is the 9-tailed clan. Besides worrying that the Scarlet Gold clan will be in the way when dealing with the 9-tailed clan, the most important thing is that there are many high-level experts of the Scarlet Gold clan. There are nearly 10 Principals Masters, and there is a Patriarch of the 5th Void Realm and 2 Principals Masters at the peak of the 4th Void Realm. This battle strength is not weak. If I can control this power, it will greatly improve the overall strength of the Divine Moon Palace. As for the ordinary clansmen of the Scarlet Gold clan who are below the Rule Master level, they are of no use to me. I don't even bother with them. The reason why the Divine Moon Palace was able to completely annex the Roaring Demon clan is because the Principals Masters of the Roaring Demon clan are all under my control. They obey me completely. No matter what orders I give them, even if I want them, including the entire Roaring Demon clan, to die, they will do it unconditionally. I see. Jian Wushuang nodded slightly. That is to say, if we want to deal with the Scarlet Gold clan, we only need to control the high-level experts of the Scarlet Gold clan. Yes, my plan was to control the high-level experts of the Scarlet Gold clan one by one and then disintegrate the clan from the inside. When the Scarlet Gold clan is almost disintegrated, the Divine Moon Palace will take action to control the entire Scarlet Gold clan. But now, with the help of the Blood Marten clan and you, Jian Wushuang, there is no need to go through so much trouble. We can attack the Scarlet Gold clan right now and forcibly take control of the clan, Shower said. Jian Wushuang nodded secretly. If it was just the Divine Moon Palace, they would have to be more cautious when dealing with the Scarlet Gold clan alone. After all, the Divine Moon Palace had to guard against the Nine-Tailed clan. But now, with the addition of Jian Wushuang and the Blood Marten clan, the overall strength of the Divine Moon Palace had increased greatly, so there was no need to be so cautious. Miss Shower, when do you plan to make a move? Jian Wushuang asked. I'll go back and prepare my men. In 3 months, we'll do it directly, Shower said. In 3 months. Jian Wushuang narrowed his eyes and nodded. In 3 months, we'll wait for your news, Miss Shower. Shower and Lord Su soon returned to Divine Moon Palace. After all, they were going to deal with the Scarlet Gold clan, so Divine Moon Palace had to be prepared. Jian Wushuang stayed in the Blood Marten clan. 10 days later, Zhuopeng and Princess Ying got married in the Blood Marten clan's territory. The wedding was quite grand. Experts from the surrounding clans and forces were sent to attend the wedding, and the gifts were also quite generous. After all, one of the 2 families that got married was the Blood Marten clan. The other one was the most famous Heavenly Sword Marquis in the Divine Beginning realm. The clans in the Demon region naturally had to give him face. During the wedding, Jian Wushuang only showed up briefly and did not have much interaction with these clans. However, the wedding went smoothly and Zhuopeng got married to Princess Ying as he wished. After the wedding, the Blood Marten clan began to secretly prepare. In the blink of an eye, 3 months had passed. In a secluded void not far away from the Blood Marten clan, several figures stood there waiting quietly. Jian Wushuang and Demon Master Qinhua were among these people, in addition to the 6 principal masters of the Blood Marten clan, including Air Xiu. Suddenly, everyone in the void raised their heads. They're here. Jian Wushuang also looked forward. Sure enough, in the void in front of them, there were more than a dozen figures, led by 2 gray-robed figures. Although the 2 gray-robed figures concealed their appearances and auras, Jian Wushuang and Air Xiu both knew that they were Shower and Lord Su, who had become slaves. As for the experts behind them, they were naturally the experts of Divine Moon Palace. There were a total of 18 principal masters, and their auras were very strong. Almost all of them had reached the 3rd realm of the void, and there were many principal masters in the 4th realm of the void. Even there were 3 experts in the 5th void realm. As expected of Divine Moon Palace, which is able to fight the Nine-Tailed clan head-on. What a powerful lineup. Jian Wushuang secretly praised these experts. Clan leader Air Xiu, you should have told the Blood Marten clan's principal masters the whole story, right? Shower first looked at Air Xiu. Miss Shower, don't worry, I have already informed them. Furthermore, the entire Blood Marten clan has agreed to stand on the same side as the Divine Moon Palace and the Heavenly Sword Marquis. Air Xiu laughed. The 5 experts from the Blood Marten clan behind him immediately nodded. These masters of the rules of the Blood Marten clan had also learned of the Blood Marten clan's alliance with the Divine Moon Palace from Air Xiu. At the same time, they also learned of the purpose of this trip. In the beginning, their hearts were extremely shaken. However, after so many days, they had calmed down. At the same time, Air Xiu had already told them about the relationship between the Blood Marten clan and the Divine Moon Palace. Therefore, no one in the Blood Marten clan objected to this matter. It's good that you all understand. Since we have chosen to attack the Scarlet Gold clan, the Divine Moon Palace will certainly use the people that we had painstakingly planted in the Scarlet Gold clan. Therefore, we must not make any unexpected changes in the middle of this attack. Otherwise, once all our efforts have been wasted, the Scarlet Gold clan and the Nine-Tailed clan will be on guard. It will be too difficult to control the Scarlet Gold clan with the same method in the future, Shower said. Miss Shower, your Divine Moon Palace and the Nine-Tailed clan have been fighting fiercely for years. You've mobilized so many experts at once. The Nine-Tailed clan should have noticed it, right? Jian Wushuang asked. Don't worry. I've made preparations this time. I've temporarily diverted the attention of the nine-tailed clan. Although I've mobilized these experts, they haven't noticed me. But just to be on the safe side, we must be as fast as possible. We must finish the battle quickly. We mustn't give the nine-tailed clan any time to react, Shower said. In that case, what are we waiting for? Let's go to the Scarlet Gold clan now, Jian Wushuang said. Okay. Shower nodded. More than 20 principals masters immediately headed toward the territory of the Scarlet Gold clan as fast as they could. With the speed of the principals masters, they arrived at the void outside the territory of the Scarlet Gold clan in less than half a day. The Scarlet Gold clan is right in front of us. Ershio looked at the hazy void in the distance. After all, it's the nest of a top clan. If I'm not mistaken, the Scarlet Gold clan should also have a very powerful clan-protecting formation, Jian Wushuang said. Of course. Ershio nodded. Our Blood Marten clan and the Scarlet Gold clan are in the same territory. Over the years, we have fought with each other many times. Both sides know very well that the Scarlet Gold clan also has a very powerful clan-protecting formation. Although the power of the clan-protecting formation is not as powerful as ours, it would be quite difficult to break it by force. Of course, if a super expert at the peak of the sixth realm of the void attacks. When Ershio said this, he could not help but glance at Demon Master Qinhua beside him. This defensive array of the Scarlet Gold clan is indeed not weak. However, it is not too difficult to break it. Shower smiled. After which, she glanced at Lord Su beside her. Go! Lord Su nodded. His body flashed and he had already rushed toward the Scarlet Gold clan alone. The principals masters of the Blood Marten clan revealed a puzzled expression when they saw this scene. Could it be that Miss Shower wants Lord Su to break the formation alone? Ershio frowned. Although Lord Su's strength is outstanding, he is not considered the top amongst the 6 void realms. It is unlikely for him to break the formation of the Scarlet Gold clan alone. Right? Haha. Just be prepared and watch. Shower smiled confidently. Seeing Shower's expression, Jian Wushuang's expression changed slightly, but he already understood. I'm afraid Miss Shower doesn't want Lord Su to break the formation alone, but someone in the Scarlet Gold clan should cooperate with him. Jian Wushuang remembered that Miss Shower had just said that if they wanted to attack the Scarlet Gold clan, they had to use the people who had been planted in the Scarlet Gold clan. If nothing unexpected happened, they would be able to break the clan-protecting formation. Sure enough, not long after Lord Su arrived outside the Scarlet Gold clan, the inside of the clan-protecting formation of the Scarlet Gold clan suddenly, boom! With a violent boom, the entire clan-protecting formation of the Scarlet Gold clan shook violently and then began to shake crazily. And at this moment, Lord Su directly attacked. Chi! An incomparably sharp black spear, carrying with it a shocking might that only 6th-level Void Realm experts possessed, pierced through the space and ferociously stabbed toward the defensive formation of the Scarlet Gold clan. The power of the Scarlet Gold clan's clan protection formation was indeed extraordinary. If Lord Su alone were to attack it head-on, 1 or 2 attacks might not be enough to defeat the clan protection formation. However, if someone were to provide support from the inside, if they were to attack the clan protection formation from the inside, coupled with Lord Su, the clan protection formation would not be able to withstand it. As expected, when Lord Su's black spear, which carried an earth-shaking power, struck the clan protection array, the entire array collapsed and a large amount of power began to dissipate. The Scarlet Gold clan, which was originally covered by the array, was completely exposed in this world. The clan protection array of the Scarlet Gold clan has been broken. Help me and attack the Scarlet Gold clan together with me. Remember to try not to kill the upper echelons of the Scarlet Gold clan. Use lightning-like methods to suppress them before leaving them to me to control. In addition, we have to be as fast as possible. As soon as Shower finished speaking, many principals masters of the Divine Moon Palace and the Blood Marten clan immediately covered the territory of the Scarlet Gold clan like dark clouds. As for Jian Wushuang and Demon Master Qinhua, they also followed the crowd as if they were strolling in a garden. When they arrived at the territory of the Scarlet Gold clan, the entire clan was already in chaos. Qi Li, what are you trying to do? Elder Qili, are you crazy? Qili, my Scarlet Gold clan has done nothing wrong to you. Why did you break the clan protection array of my Scarlet Gold clan today? Low cries resounded through the entire sky. The principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan had already risen up, and they were all extremely shocked and furious. The one who was surrounded by the principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan was a golden-robed old man. That golden-robed old man had a smile on his face at this moment. This smile was extremely demonic. Elder Qili, the eyes of the Scarlet Gold clan leader were cold as he stared at the golden-robed old man. However, the gaze of this golden-robed old man suddenly turned toward the empty space in front of him. He is here. The many principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan also immediately sensed it. They all turned their heads over. When they saw this, their expressions changed greatly. They saw a large group of figures. None of them emitted an extremely majestic and powerful aura that had reached the level of principals masters. A total of over 20 people pressed down like dark clouds. A powerful pressure that could suffocate people was emitted from these figures. At the same time, hearty laughter reverberated within the entire Scarlet Gold clan. Haha! The Scarlet Gold clan is very lively. This is my first time coming to the Scarlet Gold clan, one of the top races in the Demon region. Clan leader Scarlet Gold, how have you been? This unbridled laughter resounded throughout every corner of the Scarlet Gold clan. The ordinary clansmen of the Scarlet Gold clan were all in a daze. They did not know what had happened. Only the principals masters. All of their faces were extremely ugly. The principals masters of the Blood Martin clan are inside. Other than that, there are even more principals masters from the Divine Moon Palace. The eyes of the Scarlet Gold clan leader narrowed. It's the Divine Moon Palace. The Divine Moon Palace wants to attack our Scarlet Gold clan. The Scarlet Gold clan leader immediately understood and made a decision. Quickly send a message to the Nine-Tailed clan. All the elders, work together and block them. The Scarlet Gold clan leader shouted sternly. Instantly, the many principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan, who were originally surrounding the golden-robed old man, immediately rushed forward to meet those principals masters who were attacking them. Seeing this scene, the golden-robed old man laughed out loud. Ha ha ha! Just these principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan want to block my Divine Moon Palace? They are simply daydreaming. Indeed, although the Scarlet Gold clan was a top clan, they were also very strong among the top clans. They had a total of 10 principals masters, including the Scarlet Gold clan leader. He was an expert at the peak of the 5th Void Realm. However, his battle strength was nothing in front of the combined forces of the Divine Moon Palace, the Blood Martin clan, and Jian Wushuang. Boom! Ira V is O with a loud boom. Lord Su rushed to the front of the crowd. His aura was overwhelming, and the power of the experts of the 6 Void Realms was fully displayed in his hands. He was also extremely fast. He immediately rushed into the group of principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan. Chi! The 2 strange spear shadows pierced through the void and the divine bodies of the 2 principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan without any hindrance. The divine bodies of these 2 principals masters immediately collapsed, losing nearly 40% of their divine power on the spot. Following that, many experts from the Divine Moon Palace and the Blood Martin clan came pressing over. The difference in battle strength between the 2 sides was too great, and the situation was directly one-sided. In just a single exchange, 6 of the 10 principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan had their divine bodies crushed on the spot. Then, after a few rounds, the principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan were completely crushed. At this moment, Miss Shower also directly took action. In just a short moment, she used her charm to control a total of 3 principals masters of the Scarlet Gold clan. This time, the Scarlet Gold clan had even less ability to resist. Run, quickly run! When the Scarlet Gold clan's Grandmaster saw the situation in front of him, he already understood that the Scarlet Gold clan had no way to resist the other party. And although the Nine-Tailed clan had sent their experts over as soon as they received the news, even if they were to use the spatial passage, it would take some time for them to resist the enemy. However, during this time, the group of Principal's masters in front of them was fully capable of wiping out the entire Scarlet Gold clan. Therefore, in order to better preserve the Scarlet Gold clan, the Scarlet Gold clan leader immediately gave the order to abandon the clan and flee. Upon hearing the order of the Scarlet Gold clan leader, the experts of the Scarlet Gold clan immediately gave up resisting and began to flee in defeat. However, just as they were about to flee, Jian Wushuang, who had been standing in the void nearby and had not made a move, suddenly made a move. He gently raised his hand and drew a line in the void around him. A wave of the power of space-time principles instantly swept out. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The world shook. With the help of the golden banner, Jian Wushuang completely confined the space-time around him in an instant. The space-time binding immediately applied to the experts of the Scarlet Gold clan. The power of the space-time binding was shocking. It immediately slowed down the Principal's masters of the Scarlet Gold clan and made it impossible for them to escape from the experts who were chasing them. No! No! Scarlet Gold's clan leader body trembled and his eyes were filled with fear. Right under his nose, the Principal's masters of his Scarlet Gold clan were being chased by the experts of the Divine Moon Palace or the Blood Marten clan and then trapped and suppressed. Not long after, they were forcefully controlled by Shower with her enchantment, and Lord Su was already blocking in front of him. In just a short moment, 9 out of the 10 Principal's masters of the Scarlet Gold clan were controlled by Shower. The only one who was still controlled was the Scarlet Gold clan leader.